All right, guys, what do you say we get right into it? What do you say we get right into it? Lots to talk about, not a lot of time to do it. I appreciate you joining me. I'm Boston Bryant. This is Blunt Politics. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the good stuff that everybody's supposed to say as a good YouTuber would. Again, thank you. It is Sunday. I believe it is what? March 25th, 2025? What's the date? I don't even know. March 30th, 2025. My apologies. I'm very honored today to be joined by a friend, colleague, Army veteran, somebody that is making headlines in the news that I didn't even know about, really, until it was brought to my attention. But again, we don't have much time, so let me see if I can bring him right in. It is Fred Wellman from the Midas Touch Network, host of On Democracy with FP Wellman. Let me bring him in here. Let me see here. Add to the stage. One of those things. It's going to be, I think, this one. Get him in there. Get him in, Coach. Which one? It's got it. There he is.
It is
At
there.
the stage.
We're making progress.
No, we're not really. We aren't making progress. There you are. I knew it was one of those buttons. I told you I was going to fumble around with which scene it was before.
No.
So
We're
I predicted that
professionals.
correctly. So how you doing, bud? How's everything?
I'm doing great, man. Getting ready to go to the soccer game. Got Sports City SC. I live in
Nice,
St.
dude.
Louis. We got a great team. They're kicking ass. So me and the boy are going to see a soccer game here in about half an hour. So I appreciate you squeezing me in.
No, thank you so much for taking the time out. I really appreciate it. I mean, let's get right
Yeah.
into it, I guess. I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to have maybe some people talking to you at the old soccer match about how the vice president, the man that holds the office of the vice president of the United States of America, took his time out with Social Security failing, with health care for seniors being stripped away, with our
Yeah.
allies at in peril at whatsoever, with Ukraine being abandoned, with the United States government allied with Russia. The office of the vice president took the time out to retweet a vet, Fred Wellman, to try to troll him on Twitter. How did that make you feel?
Awesome. Honestly, I was telling you in the pre-show, I was like, I was out shopping. Look, so the most Midwest thing ever. I'm out spring shopping with my fiance, at Lowe's and Home Depot and looking for plants. And goddamn, I get a text from the Midas Touch guys. Ben or Brett Masellis text me, goes, hey, boy, you're making friends again. Which I'm like, of course I do. And I said, what do you mean? I didn't realize that it had been the vice president. Yeah, there you go. Had quote tweeted me, right? I'm like, dude, come on, dude. I mean, look at that number, 4.3
Now
million
let me
views.
just read this out, my man.
Oh
These
Lord.
people want to turn Europe into a permanent protectorate. The problem, if it was ever a good idea, it is simply not sustainable with $2 trillion in annual deficits, right? After we'll go to what you said, just disgusting behavior by the worst VP in modern history, right? Now,
Yep.
so many things that we could call out here. One, the utter hypocrisy of this coming
Yeah.
from the man who literally just hours before gave a press conference saying he wants to take over Greenland. The United States wants
Right.
to take over Greenland to protect them. So, I mean, does he not know the definition of a protectorate? Or is he
Right.
just that ignorant that he took the time? Does he have nothing to do? I mean, what is this?
That was the thing. And what was random to me too was in that original tweet that he's quote tweeting, I didn't tag him. I quote tweeted Asen, the Clipper, and it was his speech, and I was offended by his speech. I'm a veteran of the Army. Our allies are doing good things. You see that, yeah. He's smearing our allies, saying they haven't been good partners, that they haven't protected Greenland enough. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with this stuff? They've done that. They went to war with us. I served next door, next to Danish officers in Iraq. Okay, they've definitely been there for us. And the idea that only the U.S. can protect them when they're a member of NATO, so all of NATO will protect Greenland if it comes to it. So I was just offended. I just said this is just disgusting behavior, and it must have pissed him. I mean, it's again, who has that kind of time? You're running. you're number two in the second most, the second most powerful guy in the number one most powerful country, and you've got time that thins, and it just doesn't it go to the thin skin of this administration and Elon, and I just had my show. We were talking about how thin skin they are. That some rando veteran can get under his skin that much that he feels the need to try and quote tweet me. And you know the deal on Twitter, especially you quote tweet people so that your followers will troll them and attack them. And I don't fuck. Oh yeah, my headline. I made the India Times and MSN, dude. I mean, but I love my
Right? I
headline,
mean,
brother. You know, if
oh, just
they
think
name
about
me
how
like I'm some kind of
ludicrous this
celebrity.
is. How ludicrous is this with everything going on right now with this administration? That this is a
Like
headline,
I'm a
Fred.
celebrity. People know who the fuck Fred Wellman is. Like nobody knows who I am.
And I do apologize. I was so short on time. I had a long, big, long introduction for you.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
do want
No,
to just
no.
let people know that don't know you that you spent
Yeah,
22 years in the Army after graduating from
yeah.
the United States Military Academy in 1987, originally commissioned as an Army aviator trained to fly helicopters, served as a public affairs officer for the 101st
My
Airborne
coffee.
Division Multinational Security Transition Command, Iraq.
Mhm,
You served 3 tours in Iraq. So this
mhm.
is. I just want to let everybody know this is, with the questions I'm about to ask. This is of somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. Unlike Pete Hegseth, unlike
Yeah,
JD
I'm
Vance,
old as dirt.
right? So I
Yeah,
mean,
isn't it nuts?
there's. Go
And I
ahead.
was my last two tours were public affairs officer, and he was a soldier who did journalism, which is part of public affairs. So look, he served by all measures honorably. He did what he was hired to do, and he did it well. He did it downrange. I mean, there's not. You never see me criticizing his public service, but I damn sure will criticize his time as a vice president. You don't go to an allies country and talk shit about them. When it's up to us. There's only 150 of our service members left in Greenland. There was 10,000 at one point. It's us that abandoned them. We had 15 bases there at the height of our time there. We've abandoned all of them but one. I mean, if you look at the big picture, the people who abandoned Greenland was us as an ally, and now they want to talk shit about it. I mean, it just
And,
pisses me off, man.
am I missing something, or like when? To my knowledge, it was in the 40s. I believe
Yeah,
1944 that this area was last attacked, or
yeah,
under. Like,
yeah.
what are we
Even a fiction,
protecting
yeah.
Greenland from exactly? We're protecting them from Denmark and their, unbelievable like healthcare and the way they treat, their citizens in their country, or
Yeah.
what are we actually protecting
I
them
don't know.
from?
Hey, look, it has nothing. They're saying, "Oh, Russia, China." The fact is, with climate change, more of the ice is melting. This is the fact. The Arctic is becoming a battleground now. There's shorter routes. It's a 40% shorter route to now go above Greenland to get to the North America and Europe because of the melting of the polar ice caps. There's just more ocean and there's more minerals. And Greenland is supposed to have huge amounts of rare earth minerals and others that we need. And that's a fact. This isn't about national security. This is about money. This is about like everything in the Trump administration is about corruption and money. And his billionaire buddies want access to those minerals. So he's willing to threaten NATO, you know, for an
Right.
ally. And
Right.
it's
Well, and you can
disgusting, man.
almost compare this to Lindsey Graham and the Republicans that actually, speak up mildly in defense of Ukraine. Because if they do,
Right.
it's typically followed up by some sort of "we need this as a deal, we need this
Yeah.
amount of money," or "we're looking forward to this a partnership that's going to make us a bunch of money afterwards," which is not obviously why we're supposed to be or should be helping the people of
Yeah.
Ukraine. Which
I,
the people at Blunt Politics are huge supporters, as you can see, my man,
yeah, I
over my
love your
shoulder.
comment. And the thing is, if you think about that, the other story this week, right, which was Signalgate, the whiskey
Mhm.
leaks. I like whiskey leaks better, but but the Signalgate thing is a perfect example. If you look at that, there's so many under talked about portions of that, and one of the portions I thought was that if you noticed was them talk about how once. Oh, thank you, that's very kind. One of the portions I loved about it was they're talking about how they're going to make Egypt and Europe pay for us attacking, like literally as they're planning strikes to put U.S. service members in danger to attack, and by the way, kill people, which is a serious thing, right? They're talking about it at the same time they're saying, well, we're going to get money from Egypt and Europe for this. I mean, everything is a dollar exchange. Everything is about shaking me money back for everything they do. And it's sick. And look, as a service member, I did, like you said, I did 22 years. I was a helicopter pilot. That's behind my book here. We'll take that book down. There you go. My Black Hawk. The fact is, that makes me feel. I mean, if I was a service member, I'd feel like a fucking mercenary, right? I hope you don't mind f bombs. Sorry, audience.
Well, you know what? Now I know
I'm a
you've
better.
definitely never watched the fucking show, Fred. For
Yeah.
Christ's
So there you
sake.
go. So there you have it. But they're basically saying our servicemen are fucking mercenaries for Europe, right? It's like,
Right.
hey, we're
Right.
attacking Yemen with our guys and girls and women for money from Egypt and Europe. It's just sick, man. Tell me I'm not a mercenary without telling me I'm not a mercenary.
Right, right. And as my man Josh here, I don't know if you've looked up or heard before, but there's a good read into, I shall say, if you look up the Tech Native America, which was Elon
Yeah.
Musk's grandfather and his whole idea for the
Yeah.
the entire continent basically to be under control of what was it, engineers or
Yeah.
I forget what
Well,
it was
have you
exactly.
read
Hal Sparks does a
the
good breakdown of this.
yeah, Gil Duran. If you ever read Gil Duran, I don't know if you've talked to Gil Duran before, but Gil writes a great Substack about this. And oh, I can't remember the name, but I'm sorry, Gil. I apologize. But it's Gil Gilduran, Gil Duran,
Hmm.
and he's written a lot about the network state. This Curtis Yarvin guy that Thiel and Musk and Vance love, and it's the idea that the country should be run by a CEO, right? Instead of a president. And if you look how they're doing it, that's what they're kind of doing with Trump's just sort of the symbolic president right now. It's really Elon Musk is kind of the president right now. It's really just it's fucked up. I mean, that's the only way to put it. It's just fucked up. So anyway, hey, thanks for
Well,
reminding
I mean,
me.
I guess what were
Hey,
your first thoughts knowing the
fellow screaming eagle.
real and serious dangers of the information leak, the way they were communicating about it? Not
Yeah,
only that, but the response to it with
yeah,
emojis and I mean, what was your first thought? You're thinking on the military side of things and not so much the political side. I mean, there's a way to
hmm,
conduct yourself, right? I mean, I don't know.
right,
I'm not a service member. I'm not a veteran. I study World War II. I like to think I would call myself something of an amateur World War II historian type of
yep,
deal. And it's just there's a certain way you conduct yourself. Not only, I mean, you can see it from the through line from World War II to the U.S. military now, and it's just this goes against everything that at least
yeah.
I've read and seen and studied in the military.
Oh, you're nailing it. And I tell you right now that what's shocking to me is, first of all, fury was my first feeling. When I saw the story initially, I was just infuriated. I mean, just a blind rage. And I saw Jen there. Thanks, Jen. So good to see fellow 101st veterans. Say hi to your husband for me. And as a service member, and by the way, my father was a World War II Marine. My son is a veteran of the 82nd Airborne. My son-in-law continues to serve this day. Military is a family business. And to see them treating our safety and security of our service members with such disregard, so
Right.
little thought of what they're doing, that they're flippantly having conversations on their personal phones about highly classified things. And don't believe for a minute, y'all, that it wasn't highly classified. When you're talking about the exact target times and the exact systems, be it MQ-9s or F-18s or otherwise, that are going to be striking a target, that gives the enemy, if the enemy had gotten those texts, they could have easily moved their air defenses around and shot down men and women of our armed services.
And
And so it was just rage, man. I was pissed.
Well, and then Hegseth comes out and lies. Tulsi
Yeah,
Gabbard comes out and lies to the House, to the
yeah,
Senate.
yep,
The CIA director comes out and lies. The FBI director comes out and lies.
yep,
The Vice President of the United States comes out and lies.
yep.
It's beyond me how we are somehow letting these people get away with what is. You don't even have to be politically involved. You don't have to have military knowledge. You don't have to be a military planner. You don't have to have served 20 years as a Marine. You don't
Nope,
have to be a veteran of a war to understand that you give the
nope.
bad guys the direct knowledge of where you're striking, what time you're striking, what weapons you're using. That could be dangerous to the pilots flying into those. And when Pete Hegseth
Yeah,
comes out and he says, "Listen, I didn't. There was no direct targets listed there. No, he's right and he's wrong. Right. So there was no direct target site listed, but." Anybody with any military knowledge or awareness of some of these
right.
situations could piece together that when he said, okay, the F-18s are going to follow and hit where the drones had already struck, right? And put two and two together with the girlfriend's house, right? So now okay, where the drone hit, at this time coming up, the F-18s are now going to, that is now their target right there. So
Right. So
how
now they
about
know
we
the
get
next
our,
targets.
right,
They know when the
correct,
next guys are coming back. And the other thing that bothers me too is I saw a meeting. I did intelligence. I had a weird career. I did intelligence. I did flying. I did public affairs. And they burned a spy. Now we now know from follow-up reporting from CBS, it was Israelis. The Israelis are pissed because they said in the chat that they had eyes on the target, which means there's a human intelligence asset, a person watching
right,
these targets in Yemen, and that person is now in deep danger, if not already fucking if nothing else, burned. Probably had to flee the country. So they burned an Israeli spy because these fuckers were too lazy to use a
right,
skiff or the sipper net and the kickers, dude, they're given secure communications. They could have done that. All those fuckers who participated have top secret aids and devices. All of them had skiffs installed in their houses. They didn't need to be this flippant with it, and yet they
right,
did. And the other
right,
point, one of the people in the chat brought up too, is what I noticed, and we're just talking about my show half an hour ago, which is crazy day, is did you notice that when they started talking, when he built the group, no one, including the director of national intelligence or the CIA director, said, "Hey, fellas, we shouldn't have this on Signal. Let's move
right,
over to Sipper,"
right,
right?
right.
Because that's how they're running the government,
Well, the
illegally
furthest that it
using
went, I
disappearing
believe,
messages.
was who was it? Was it JD Vance that said, "Listen, I'll be in,
Yeah,
I'll be kind of campaigning. I kind of got to back out," but
got an
gave his 2 cents and
I
then
got an
left.
economic thing.
Right,
Yeah, right.
and then there's so much to point out here too. There really is so much to dive into. The fact that JD Vance openly said that Trump doesn't understand the ramifications of what this would go against
Yep,
his rhetoric against Europe.
yep,
So that was a story. He was asked about that. Can I show you this though? This
yeah,
was let me see if I can get this in here. This
yeah.
was
Do it.
from a wife of a soldier in Yemen, right? And I'm just going to play
I know
the
what you're talking
beginning
about.
of
I
it.
just interviewed him on VoteVet. At the VoteVet show too.
It's from this was on the Occupy Democrats channel.
Hmm.
All right, so let me see if I can pull this up. Share this
You
tab
got this.
instead
You
with
can
you.
handle the technology. You can do it. There you go. Mm. Oh.
All right, so here we go. Let me guys know if you can hear this.
Husband is deployed overseas, but the US government is so careless and incompetent that they accidentally leak classified info about your husband's unit in a group chat with a journalist. What would you do? Well, one wife of a US soldier in Yemen has gone viral after she blasted JD Vance and the Trump administration for their careless mistake. Take a look.
As someone whose husband is currently deployed in the Middle East, not far from Yemen, I'm going to warn you now, this is going to be the angriest fucking video I have ever made in my entire life because there are not adequate words in the English language for me to fully fucking communicate to you right now how fucking furious I am. In case you haven't seen yet, news just broke that multiple high-level members of the Trump administration, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, shared highly classified information about upcoming troop movements and strikes in Yemen via a signal chat that they accidentally added a reporter to, violating the Espionage Act in the process and putting the lives of thousands of service members, including my husband's, at risk. They did all of this after they already knew that Signal had recently been hacked by Russians looking for information about troop movement. Even if you set aside the fact that they accidentally included a reporter, they still put troop lives at risk. Their phones could very easily be hacked. Their phones could very easily be stolen. Their phones could very easily be left behind at whatever bar Pete Hegseth goes to after work every day to get drunk because he's a alcoholic. Every single Republican member of Congress better be on national news within the next few hours calling for the fucking resignation of every single member on that group chat, up to and including JD Vance.
I mean, get her an
That's
award,
Kendall
get her an
Brown.
office, get her
She was
own
on my
show.
yeah. I had her on my
Unreal.
Vote Vets show because I also host shows for Vote Vets. I'm with Vote Vets as a progressive
Right.
veterans organization,
Right.
and I host their shows. And Kendall was on the show. I had Kendall, who's the wife of a service member downrange right now, and we had a guy named Bryce Remkes, who's a former Air Force pilot. And if you look at votevets.org or votevets on YouTube, you can look up that. But Kendall is amazing, and she's brilliant, and she's telling it like it is because that's exactly how you feel. I mean, look, if Kendall's husband had sent that text group to her he would have been literally taken off the mission. They would have put him, they probably would have canceled the mission. He would have been brought up on charges, lost his career, very well may have been thrown in jail. And that's not
Right.
even being, I'm
Right.
not even being facetious in this. I'm not, everybody's, oh, they're going to go to jail. No, no, you shit would go to jail for that kind of a breaking of operational security because people's lives are in danger and it's
Well,
no
I bring up the
fucking
example of
joke.
Eisenhower's, roommate there at West Point on the eve of D-Day when he was spouting out at the British bar there, talking about the time and the date when they were going to be landing, and they sent his ass right home. They demoted
Yeah,
him, sent him right home, and that was
yeah,
probably he got off
yeah,
easy on that one. You know what I mean? Because he could have
yeah.
very easily have been locked up, and if they weren't just about to undertake the greatest undertaking in the history of military, he probably would have been sitting his ass in prison for the rest of his life. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
And the whole thing, the way
just
they're
because people
just,
didn't get hurt doesn't
well, that's
mean
it.
that the shit isn't screwed up, right? Doesn't mean
And
that
it
you don't
doesn't
need
mean
to
they're
take
not still doing
accountability.
it. And that's my problem. In the end, look, let's
Right,
set all that fucking shit aside, right, brother? It's
right.
like at the end, none of them has said they're stopped using Signal. I got in trouble. So I wrote an article on my Substack, fpwellman.substack.com. So check it out.
Hit
I
it.
have a great Substack following. But I wrote an article on my Substack because a guy who works in the Department of Defense, who works in information technology, reached out to me because they've authorized the use of Signal on their government devices. And he even had a senior military officer say to him that we need Signal to communicate with the White House. Okay. And there was some pushback. I won't get into the details, but I got some pushback from DOD saying that, oh, this person had not actually authorized it. And I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry. Okay, well, have you deauthorized them? So can you show me the memo that you have since put out since this leak? Anyone in federal government. This is what you guys need to ask your congressman, ask these fuckers when they come on
Hmm.
TV. Have
Hmm.
any of them put out a memo saying, in light of the fact that this was leaked and the fact this is being, we now know signals being used to avoid the Presidential Drug Act, we are banning its use, right? And they
Well,
haven't. Okay,
I
they're still
go ahead.
fucking
Yeah.
using it. It's just as hacked as it was. We just got lucky because they included Jeffrey Goldberg.
Well, I've played on my last show. I showed the example that was written about how there was, Russian, let's say, not assisted, but Russian involved groups that were already trying to infiltrate Signal.
Yeah,
Tucker Carlson said it
yeah,
in one of his
yeah,
broadcasts. I think when he was in Russia, saying that somebody had hacked into his Signal. So I'm a little confused. I am a
yeah,
little confused because we heard in the Senate hearings and the House hearings that memos had gone out at the CIA, in the FBI about Signal.
yeah.
Yet
And
the
DOD.
CIA
Hmm.
director is either blatantly lying about the fact that Signal was automatically downloaded onto his hard drive, onto his computer, or we have a serious issue that these intelligence agencies are putting out memos about watching out for this thing as they're still installing it on computers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not accurately
right.
educating. I mean, I don't say accurately educating because these people are idiots. So I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna
same.
act like they're able to be educated on this. So I'm not even gonna bring it there. But it's pretty obvious, right, that
Yeah.
we have an issue here. Either we're being lied to by the CIA director, or the United States intelligence apparatus has a serious signal problem.
Which is scary to think. All those are bad, and now our enemies know they're talking about them. Our allies know not to trust these fuckers. I mean, the damage is so bad, and they all keep trying to act like it's no big deal. Put it behind us, move on. We are not moving on. And what I find especially fascinating, and brother, I'm so sorry I can't stay all fucking day with you.
No, no,
But I
dude,
do
don't
find
worry about it.
what I found especially fascinating to me is this that we're finally seeing cracks. Like I try not to be an optimist. For some reason, I'm still an optimist after 22 years in the army and doing this for a living. That I am seeing a lot of veterans, a lot of military people saying, "Time the fuck out, dude. This how are you so frivolous?" Because you can blow off. They're so good at blowing off. Well, when he said he doesn't like people that are captured, he was really talking about John McCain, and we know he's bad. When the Suckers and Losers story came out, well, that's a lie. That there's nobody was on the record for that. They're very good. MAGA brain is especially good at twisting their pretzels to avoid that something actually fucking happened.
You know what's
This
funny?
happened. You can see it, and so
Right.
anybody who served a day knows this is real. So I don't know. I think maybe we're some breaking some heads for once.
Well, what's funny is I'm going to play a clip later on in the show of Russian state media saying the exact same thing that you just said, talking about how, Jeffrey Goldberg has written so many fake stories and, he's a
Right,
hack this and hack that. And it's so funny
right.
that the rhetoric and the talking points of the Trump administration directly line up with the talking points and the rhetoric of Russian state media. Isn't that just funny how that happens?
Yeah, isn't
Do you know
that
what I
crazy?
mean?
Yeah, it's
But
just
now,
nuts.
before you leave, because I know we only got a couple minutes here,
No, yeah, we
I
got
mean,
about 5 more. I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
and I could talk to you all day about this stuff. I really could, to tell
Yeah,
you the
yeah, me
truth.
too.
And it's kind of sick. But with your knowledge of all this and above and beyond the signal leaks, we now know that Pete Hegseth was also not only bringing his wife to classified meetings at the Pentagon, but also, giving his little brother, a cushy job at the Pentagon as well. So, can you just speak to how out of character that is, how hypocritical that is, and how dangerous it is for somebody to be bringing their spouse into meetings like this?
It's that. It's that, right? But it's also, so there's two elements I found fascinating with that story. Because if you know, this two stories broke in one day. First, the Phil Hegseth story, where his brother has been set up as a special liaison with the Department of Homeland Security. They're trying to avoid the nepotism law by saying he actually works for a different department, but he's
Right.
literally traveling and in every meeting, like the Conor McGregor, tattoo meeting, with his brother, which is illegal. That's a
Somebody says she's
1967
in NATO
federal law.
meetings today.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so the other one is the white. Now there have been, so it's a very fine line. You're allowed to bring, like, cabinet secretaries are allowed to bring their spouse on trips to,
Right.
but generally what
Right.
happens, like when Hegseth went to Germany, his spouse went to go visit the high school, right? They do spouse stuff, right?
Mhm.
This fucking guy is bringing her into actual brief. Like, apparently she was actually in the briefing with the UK Department of Minister of Defense and the admiral in charge of their joint forces. Like, these are classified discussions. And the whole thing is all so fucking dumb, right? It just goes to show how out of touch with reality this Hegseth Fox News host really is. He has no experience. He never got
Mhm.
above the rank of major, barely made major in the military. That's lower than my rank, for God's sake. He has no business being Secretary of Defense. And it shows every day. But what I do find fascinating is, isn't it the two stories hitting him came out within a couple hours? If you remember Madison Cawthorn, remember getting Cawthorned, and the term, those, I'm a political hack in my day job. I do political consulting. Getting Cawthorn was when all these stories start leaking, and that's how you know that's when knives come out for Republicans start coming out, and they're knifing because
Right.
they're leaking stories. And I believe we're seeing the Cawthorning of Hegseth. We're going to see more. I guarantee by next week we hear stories about him drinking, that he's still drinking. There's going to be a lot of them because people there's blood in the water and they can smell it. So it's disgusting, but I guarantee, yeah, cocaine orgies. You remember them. So I really do think. I love your chat. By the way, I love your chat. I hope you guys come watch my show because this is a fun fucking chat.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Just like you said earlier
This is
today,
a
this is
great chat, but
by
I
far
think
the
he's getting
biggest
Cawthorn.
audience. This is
I think
by
he's
far the
out. Is it a
biggest
big audience?
audience. By far the biggest audience we've ever had. So I appreciate
No
you.
kidding.
Bring. I'm
Wow,
sure.
that's
I'm sure it's a
awesome.
lot of your crew as well. So I
Yeah,
appreciate all.
I brought some on
Uh,
my Twitter. I put you up
I'm
on my
sure.
Twitter. We're on my Twitter
Maybe
right
some
now
Midas
too. So
Mighty. Midas Mighty shout
yeah,
out in the
yeah, we're
chat.
having a moment. So
Let's
I
go.
love all
Let's
you
go.
guys.
I
But I think
appreciate
that's
that.
what's going on. I think he's getting Cawthorned. A lot of people are thinking they're going to throw away. They're going to throw away Waltz a bit, and Waltz might get the.
But
I think that Trump is probably feeling the pressure. He has to give. He has to throw us something. He has to, because this is bad. And there's no. And what's going to happen is he's going to start getting an earful from our allies too. Like Israel's pissed, and you can only
right.
survive that. Look, they talk a good game about not needing allies, but we do. And
Right.
I just think, wow, that's so cool. Nice to have fans. Thank you so much, everybody, by the way. But I think it's amazing. I think we're going to see him get Cawthorned. I think we're going to hear more stories about Hegseth. It's going to get uglier and uglier, and then we're going to see him go, which would be one of the, he had no business being. The fact that the vice president of the United States had to go in and break a tie for the nomination of the Secretary of Defense
Right.
is tells you all of how much he deserves the appropriation he's getting.
Well, I guess the last question I have for you before I let you go is, where the fuck are the generals? Where the fuck are the
Well,
4-star generals? Where the fuck are the military career people that have served through different administrations? Don't lean right or left. That are there to do their duty. That are there to do their job.
yeah,
Where are they in speaking out against how dangerous this is? Why is it left up to the wives of the people serving? Why is it left to a plumber from Boston, Massachusetts? Why is it left up to the people that gave 22 years of their life to
yeah,
serving this country, to doing to making sure the people of this country are safe, and now are continuing to uphold their oath to the Constitution, right? Why is it
yeah.
left up to us? Why is it not the people that are inside right now that can call these people? Why is it not these why is it not the people standing behind JD Vance and at his press conference? Like, why? I
Yeah.
don't
Well, let me
understand.
answer that. Let me answer that because I can answer that.
And I know it's probably
And
easier said
exactly
than
what you
done. I
expect. I'm
do.
going to say, thank God. I don't want our active duty military in uniform to get involved in the politics. Now, there's going to be leaks. That's fine. But we want them, I want them to hold their powder. And what I mean by that is there will come a moment in the next 6 or 8 months, I believe in my heart, where they're going to get truly illegal orders. They're going to be ordered to disperse a crowd of peaceful protesters. They're going to be ordered to start knocking down doors looking for these elusive illegal immigrants that don't actually exist, right? I want the generals and the sergeants and the captains to be prepared to say no to illegal orders. And in this situation where we've got these leaks and all these things, let us veterans handle that. Let us military spouses who are allowed to talk handle that. I want them to stay. I know it sounds
But
crazy.
is it not
I
a
want them to stay.
commander's
Now, the
duty to
retired
keep
generals,
your people safe, though?
the retired generals, they need to step the fuck up.
Is
I'm
it not a
very disappointed.
commander's? Is it not a commander's duty? Is it not somebody that's? Is it not their duty to keep your men safe, though? Like,
Yes,
don't you have an
yes.
obligation to do what
And they
you
should
need to
handle
do to
that
make sure your
internally.
pilots and the
They should
people
handle
and
that
the
internally.
forward
They should handle
observing?
that
Go ahead.
going to Congress. They should go to Congress. They should be speaking to Congress. They
Right,
should be
right,
filing. They should be filing. There's a system for that, is what I'm saying, right? And
right,
it's not
right.
necessarily the media. And it's not necessarily getting involved in politics. Does that
No,
make
no,
sense?
that's not what I'm saying. That
So
I don't
that's
want
what
them
I
out
want.
there giving
Yeah.
interviews and stuff, but I want to make
But I
sure
want
that
them
they're
throwing their grenades. They have grenades in their kit. They can go to the IGs. They can go to Congress. They can make
correct.
congressional
Right.
queries.
That's what I'm saying.
Those things. You
Right.
know the deal. But as far as I really want them to hold on there, because there's going to come a moment where we're going to need good men and women who serve in uniform to make a very difficult decision to refuse an illegal order. And I want them ready for that. So
No,
that's
I
me.
mean, and yeah, just to clarify, I don't mean like going out on CNN
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
type of stuff. I just like behind like what you're talking about, the routes that they have to take in, the Senate and the House and with committees, and to make sure that, their men stay safe, and to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because what are the chances that this was the only chat like this? Because there's
They're
several
they're still
situations
going.
going on, right?
They're
I
still
mean,
going. They're still
right.
going.
So the
So
fact that we don't know what has already, I mean, we know we've seen this one, but we don't know everything that they've been talking about. We don't know
no,
all the information that has been spread on these channels. I mean, I
no.
guess on Signal, I'm not a huge Signal guy, but I guess the messages delete after a certain amount of time.
Which is why they're
I
using
guess
it.
that's why people use it, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, how many other people have been put in danger? How many other soldiers or spies or forward
Thousands.
observers have been killed
Thousands.
and taken prisoners because it's shit like this? You know what I mean? I don't
Yep.
know. It bugs the shit out of me. And I just hope that the people that have been there, that are the career military people, that are the upstanding citizens in the military that have been there throughout different administrations, like I said, just doing their job, looking straight ahead,
Yeah.
are doing just that. I hope they're
Doing
making
their
sure that
job.
this
That's it.
does not happen again. Or
I
if
agree.
it does, at least bringing your squad to the side and saying, "Listen, all right, I know
We're not
this is
doing
going
this.
on, but
Yeah.
I want you to know that I got your back. I'm going to make sure that this doesn't affect your troop, your squad, this person, or that person." You know what I mean? So,
I
I mean,
appreciate it, man. Look, I gotta
no,
go to the game,
enjoy your
man. They're
game.
kicking off
Enjoy
in
your game.
45 minutes. I gotta go. Thanks
Go
for
for it.
having me. Sorry I had to stay so short, but man, it's great seeing. Good to see your crowd. Wonderful guest group got there. I appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you,
Thanks
buddy.
for having
Hey,
me.
shout out your channel one more time before you
Yeah.
go.
So on to Moxie channel on YouTube. It's on to Moxie channel on YouTube. That's where all of our videos are going. I'm really building my Substack. fpwellman.substack.com is where we can do. We're putting our live show. Really, really proud. We're still on the Minus Touch channel Friday nights at 11, and we
Yep.
also are still doing a Sunday show. Our Sunday show is booming. We just had our largest audience ever in our Sunday show. It's incredible. We laugh a lot. We have incredible guests from actors to musicians to political appointees, you name it. We have them all. And then on top of that, I do appear on VoteVets. On their channel, that's votevets.org. So I'm kind of everywhere. You can't get rid of me. I'm like a virus. So
Well,
thanks so much for having me, man.
you seem to absolutely be a fan favorite. So I
Well, it's
appreciate you
awesome.
taking the
I mean,
time out
it's
again. I
humbling. I
hope you
mean,
have a
honestly, it means a lot to me. You know, this gig, man, you yell into a microphone or write to a computer. It's hard to know there's people out there. So thanks so much. I really
have
appreciate
fun at your
y'all.
game. Have fun at your game. I
Cheers.
appreciate you joining me. Thank you, dude.
See you soon.
Appreciate it. Fred Wellman, everybody, from the Midas Touch Network and the On Democracy channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check him out. That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Fred, for that, and thank you to the crowd for watching. I think people were here. I can say to see Fred, but that's all right. I'm lucky to have guests like that. I'm very honored that I can speak to true patriots that have served this nation with distinction, with honor. And now continue, like I said, to uphold their oath to the Constitution, whether it be from enemies foreign or domestic. So thank you again, Fred. Have a good time at your game. And yeah, thank you to everybody that's been watching. I mean, Fred. Oh, you asshole. Oh, jeez. That's all right. That's all right. I'm glad that many people got to see that interaction. Whether or not you stayed or not, that's up to you. But I appreciate it. There's lots more to get to. If you're still joining us, make sure you hit the like button, please. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also check us out at patreon.com/BostonBrian. You can become a channel member for as little as $1.99. Really helps. Really make sure that we don't have to speak to any sponsors or any corporations to keep this going. Like I said, I'm also a full-time plumber. This is not my full-time gig, so please give me a break on that one. I'm trying my best with the little time that I have. I just want to make sure that we are combating the mainstream media's bullshit. We are combating Donald Trump's rhetoric. We make sure that we are pointing out how dangerous what is taking place actually is, how many lives are actually at stake, and just what the brink, just how close we are to the brink of disaster in this country, not only with our economy, not only with Social Security, not only with Medicare and Medicaid, USAID. I mean, just the list is endless of things that you could be talking about that are right now in peril in just less than, how many days has it been? 60, 70 days of this administration? I mean, to think that we have another 3 years and 300 days of this. You're very welcome, Stephanie. What's up, big dog? What's up, buddy? And you're very welcome, Steph. I was very happy that we could squeeze him in. We're staying until you kick us out. Piss vets off and see what happens. PTSD and mental health support were removed, right? Yep, absolutely, right. Again, not only that, but the amount of veterans that have been fired from the federal workforce. We've heard many of them speaking up at town halls. So, I mean, like I said, the list continues of things that we could be speaking up on, and I'm just here to do my part. I really just, hopefully I get through. I'm hoping to, grow this channel. We just hit 12,000 subscribers. Was it 11,000, 12,000? I don't even remember now. But, we're hoping to get to 15. We're hoping to get to 15, slow and steady. We're doing baby steps. And then hopefully one day we wake up and we're sitting on a silver plaque, baby. So thank you to all the mods. I know I hopped in really quick to the show because of the time constraints. So I just want to say thank you and hello to the mods. I appreciate you guys for what you do, keeping the channel in the chat safe, making sure people can also have arguments, but also feel like they can do it in a safe spot. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And hi, Mel. Love you. Appreciate you. Let's see here. All right, let's go and I did want to show this. This is actually, let me show the clip that Fred was called out by JD Vance for reposting. Let me see if I can present this for you. I'm going to stop calling out what I'm doing. And yes, I understand. I understand. I do. Let me show you this too. I have to show you this. It seems to be getting good reaction. I want to know what you think. Let me put this on the screen. How do I do that? Would it be this one? Let's go. All right. So I just want to know your reaction on this one. I had a little bit to say. Curious.
Sexual fucking assault.
Oops, sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I can play it from the beginning. Let's go. Ready? Here we go. Let me know what you think.
We fucking told you.
We fucking told you what was going to happen. You put a drunk, an alcoholic woman abuser, fucking sexual fucking assaulter, Fox News B team piece of shit as Secretary of Defense. We told you what the fuck was going to happen. We told you the incompetence and the fucking danger and the fucking lies that were going to come with having that asshole as Secretary of Defense. Or how about fucking a Russian asset in Tulsi fucking Gabbard, huh? How about a fucking sleazebag bill salesman piece of shit writing fucking children's books and Cash Patel as the head of the fucking FBI? What the fuck did you think was going to happen? While I'm out here, don't mind that I got fucking bashed in the nose by a fucking 3/8 metal cable today while I'm out here busting my ass like a fucking blue-collar guy fixing fucking people's homes and their pipes so they can live a fucking better life. So they don't have to worry about where they're gonna fucking take a shit and whether or not their fucking sink is gonna get clogged or nothing. While I'm out here doing that, they're out here fucking sharing national fucking defense and war plan secrets to journalists, to fucking reporters. What if fucking the people during D-Day, right? What if fucking Frank Knox and fucking Henry Stimson? What if they sent fucking Walter Cronkite to plans for D-Day the morning of June 6, 1944? What the fuck you think would happen to them? Why are we treating this like it's fucking normal? Why? We told you. We fucking told you, and it feels so good to get this off my chest, and I'm sorry, I'm fucking yelling, and I'm fucking sorry that this shit has happened, but we fucking told you. The B team, Fox News, alcoholic was gonna put your ass in danger, was gonna put our fucking soldiers in danger, was gonna put the fucking national security of this country in danger, and that's exactly what the fuck's happening. All right. So, a little bit to say, and I just had to get it off my chest. I don't know what else to tell you, but when you put the guy that can't even make the fucking weekday couch on Fox News as Secretary of Defense, I don't know what the fuck you expected to happen. I really don't. So on one hand, I'm not shocked by this, but on the other hand, it's still the most shocking shit that has happened with our intelligence agencies, our intelligence community, as long as I've been alive. You know what I mean? I know there's different scandals that we could talk about. There's different things, but this is the most blatantly ignorant, fucking the most incompetent, laissez-faire fucking use of military knowledge I have ever seen in my fucking life. So. I appreciate you guys for listening to that. But I did want to play a little bit of what Fred was calling out, the clip that Fred called out as well. So let me play a little bit of this for you. Let me see if I can do this as well. Let me try this one, see how this one looks. I've been trying different looks to see what actually works. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
There is no amount of bullying, no amount of obfuscating, no amount of confusing the issue. Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland.
Again, says nobody in Greenland, right? Or maybe, I'm sorry, I don't want to speak for everybody in Greenland, but the overwhelming, it seems like the overwhelming majority of the people in Greenland don't want any part of this, okay? I think it was something like 85%, 85 to 90%, right? And then when you look at stories like the fact that, you know, the United States officials were going friggin' door to door trying to friggin' get people that want to meet JD Vance, but they couldn't, right? I got that story somewhere. Let me see one of these people here. And then later on in the show, just to let you know, we'll take a look at some more news, Resistance 2.0. I know people are wondering what the hell you can do in this situation. What are we supposed to do to fight back? How can we feel like we're involved? And I think he gives some good insight, good information on how you can do just that. Let me see here. I know I had it in here somewhere. I just, for some reason, I can never find it when I try to do it. Greenland, no, that's not it. That's not it. Well, I'll just look it up. It's easy. Not very difficult. Not very. Nobody wants to meet Vance. What a fucking stiff. Nobody in the country. In the fucking entire country. Oh, my lordy. What an embarrassing administration this is. What an absolute fucking embarrassment of an administration this is. On one hand, you just gotta, I mean, how do you not laugh at this shit? Let me make this. I don't like the way that looks. So let me see if I can do this a different way. Let me see. How's that? No. One of these has got to work. One of these has got to work. I'll just leave it here. All right. What's going on? Why is it freezing? Get out of here. Stupid thing. All right, this is from the Economic Times. It seems really small. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. I don't know why it's so tiny. How's that? A little better? We'll do it. Oh, no. Not too much. Settle down, Piper. Settle down. All right, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Oh, my goodness. These friggin' sites with their pop-ups and their ads. You might as well just shut down the computer. Oh, stop it. Just stop with the ads. Yeah. Here we go. How you doing? Hi. How's it going? All right, this is no thank you. No one wants to talk to Usha Vance, at least not in Greenland. They went door to door, knocking on doors, trying to be like, hey, would you like the opportunity to meet the vice president and his wife? And they're like, no, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Am I frozen? Because everything's frozen here. Good grief. Come on, just close. Just close. That's all you got. Oh, that's not what I want either. Jesus Christ. All right, let me put this on the big screen. Right. So, sorry, for some reason that website was just really screwing up the computer. That's my fault. Well, it's not my fault, but you know what it is. But yeah, what happened? Was I frozen? Yeah, it was the website. That's my fault. It's those websites when they try to hit you with a billion fucking ads, billion pop-ups all at once, and the computer's just like, and it doesn't know what to do for a few seconds. So you froze like Greenland. Oh, but I wish I had one of them fucking. I need one of them sound effects. Instead, yeah, it is. It's still making everything run slow. Instead, all I got this one.
I'm
I got
standing
this.
up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
All right, so onward and upward, folks. I did want to show that, and then let's see here. Yep, I'm going to show this as well. Now, I just want to continue our discussions on this, and I want to just kind of bring in the fact that our allies now are actively laughing at the United States, openly laughing at the United States. Let's take a look at this video here of the gentleman on BBC in England talking about J.D. Vance. Let's see what he has to say. Shut up, dude. Well, I'm sorry. Don't shut up. I just mean don't talk yet. All right, let me put him on the stage for you guys. I don't know why they call it a stage. Not the stage. It's the screen. Just put it up on the screen. Alrighty. We'll do, what's a good one? I think this is a good one. I like this one. All right. Put that up there. This is, like I said, LBC. I forget the gentleman's name here. I must say it out. This is Vice President J.D. Vance refused to rule out military force in the United States bid to take over Greenland as he visited the Arctic nation on Friday. Let's see. Does it say the guy here? I feel bad not giving him credit. Well, it's LBC. Shout out to LBC. Let's see what this gentleman has to say here.
J.D. Vance, who's sort of he's just sort of the world's worst diplomat. It's just an extraordinary ability. So he's flown into an American airbase in Greenland with his wife, who's complained.
He's the world's worst diplomat. That's great. Awesome. They think so highly of us now. Great job. We're doing well.
It's really cold, using language that I can't use on the radio. Greenland, really cold. Whoever thought? And Vance then goes on and just basically makes loads of false assertions about how Denmark has treated the people of Greenland really badly. And the net result of this is just, I find it quite uplifting, which is that 4 of the 5.
They're laughing at us. They are laughing at us. We are a fucking joke. We are a joke. Our president is a fucking joke. Our vice president is a fucking joke. The fucking Secretary of Defense is an alcoholic piece of shit. Right? The CIA director is fucking incompetent. The DNI is a fucking Russian asset. The head of the FBI writes children's books, sells fucking fake pills, and kisses the ass of Donald Trump like all the fucking rest of them. We are a fucking joke.
Parties, political parties in Greenland have now signed a coalition agreement to oppose Trump and JD Vance and their attempts to essentially make Greenland an extension of the United States. I mean, I just want to talk very briefly about the United States.
And I'm not blaming this guy. I'm not calling him out. Listen, I fucking feel the same way, my man. But he can't even contain himself, right? It's so outrageous and outlandish and ridiculous and dangerous at the fucking same time, right? That people are like, they don't even know how to cover it, right? It's like it's just like he's giddy with fucking confusion.
States, Greenland, its attitudes towards Denmark.
No, I mean, in some right, they are fucking laughing at us, right? They absolutely are fucking laughing at us. I mean, we saw their little press conference they gave where they were, I forget what they were renaming, but they were pretty much mocking Donald Trump for the Gulf of America. Right? So Canada is absolutely fucking laughing. They're enraged at us. They're ready to fucking fight and they're combating us. Absolutely. I'm not saying that. I have a ton of fucking Canadian people that have followed me on Blue Sky, a ton of Canadian people that watch me here. So fucking, bienvenue. So believe me, but these people are laughing at us. We are being fucking laughed at. Don't get it twisted.
Well, I was talking to Elliot earlier and just saying it just feels like the world is just gone completely mad since Trump's gone to the White House. And
right? Am I right or am I wrong? Like, does that not pretty much sum up the majority of the feelings around the world right now? Right? Things have gone to shit since Donald Trump has taken office. One more time.
I was talking to Elliot earlier and just saying it just feels like the world is just gone completely mad since Trump's gone to the White House. And we're sort of discussing that we've lived for years and years and years, certainly since the war, under sort of agreed protocols about how things are done that people haven't really never really given much thought to before. It's just how things.
Right. So the status quo is what he's getting at, right? So the status quo that we have had with our allies for fucking years, right, are now being sliced and diced like they never existed by the Trump administration. Being fucking flicked aside like they never helped us. The comments by JD Vance, the disrespectful fucking comments by JD Vance about, the UK's assistance, England's assistance to the United States when we need them. Right? Since when have they not had our fucking back? When have they not stepped up? So to disrespect our long-term allies, that, like this guy's saying, it's not even a second thought to people. And that's the point, right? The point is the people around the world know that too, right? And I'm not saying that totally deters people from acting fucking, from bad actors doing their thing. Obviously not. But the whole point is to know that if you fuck with the United States, if you fuck with England, if you fuck with, any of the rest of our allies, Canada, right? You fuck with all of us, right? Which is the whole point of NATO, Article 5, which is why this shit is so important. Because it lets people know you don't do that shit unless you want to take us all on, motherfucker. But right now, that's being sliced and diced and thrown in the garbage. So now people don't know who we're allied with. Think about that. The United States of America, people do not know right now who we are allied with. Think about that. For the first time in I don't know how long, the United States is just floating out there by itself. And we're floating a lot fucking closer to Russia than we are to anybody else. We're damn near landlocked with Russia at this point. And our fucking allies know it. And they are acting accordingly. Not only are they laughing at us, but they are taking the measures needed to make sure that not only are they going to fucking disconnect as much as possible from us where they can, to make sure that they are self-sustaining and don't have to rely on fucking the United States, just in case people like people like Trump, sorry, fucking Freudian slip on that one. Just in case these people get in power again, we don't have to fucking go through this again. We can self-sustain where we can. Is it going to be difficult? Is it going to suck? Did we benefit greatly from the United States? Absolutely. But if that benefit stops, what the fuck is the point? See here, sorry. Just want to finish this one out.
Things are done, and Trump's come and smashed them apart. And whilst we're yet to see any sort of sense of rebuilding from this deconstruction, this destabilization, I have to say, if you lived in Greenland, in Denmark, Canada, Mexico, and some of this language that's coming out of the White House or from J.D. Vance, you really have to wonder. Well, I'm joined by Morten Runneland, a Danish political commentator and journalist from Denmark.
All right, I just wanted to, play his little his intro there because I think it's very poignant, right? I think it's very it's a common theme heard from people that live in countries that used to be, like he said, allied with us to a point that you never even fucking thought twice about, right? And now that is just being nuked by Donald Trump and his regime. Thank you, Loretta. Appreciate you. When Mike Pence was VP, he got some respect. Again, I mean, just think of how it's fucking crazy, right? I mean, just think of how bad this makes you want to go back to even just that time, right? I mean, as much as we fucking can't stand Mike Pence, as bad as he is, as fucking a big a pussy as he is, right? You can at least say that he kind of fucking at least treated his job with some respect as far as fucking, speaking to our allies or speaking about our allies. Clearly not on the whole, obviously. I'm not going to fucking give the asshole too much credit. I'm not. But still, we can compare that to fucking J.D. Vance, and it's like, holy shit, What's up, 21st Summer Jets? How are you guys doing? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you joining me. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are spreading the word, sharing the show. That would be fantastic if you could. All right, let me just mark out the ones that I have. And this is what I was talking about with Fred. This is the Russian state media, right? With the same exact rhetoric, with the same exact talking points, with the same exact bullshit that the Trump regime is coming out with what the fucking VP, what the SecDef is saying, right? What the CIA director is saying, what the FBI director is saying, what the director of national intelligence is saying. Right here. This is what the fuck, the same shit. Let me see if I can do this correctly. Let's see here. Should I do this one? Does that work? No, it doesn't. That one does, though. All right. So, yeah, this is Russian state media. Just listen with lissy, looky, as Bob Marley would say, to the words, right? Make sure it's like, did I hear those words before? Is that not the same thing I'm hearing from the Trump regime, from the United States? It's crazy how it lines up so well with what Russia is saying. Who would have thought that could happen?
Главный американский скандал. Советник Трампа по нацбезопасности Уолтс.
You want me to read it out? Should I read it out? All right, let's start back. I'll read out the cap.
Главный американский скандал.
All right, the main American scandal.
Советник Трампа.
Trump's national security advisor, Waltz,
по нацбезопасности Уолтс сознательно или
deliberately or accidentally
случайно добавил редактора
added editor-in-chief of the U.S. magazine, The Atlantic,
американского журнала Atlantic, внимание,
and I draw your attention to this,
в рабочий чат
to work the chat of the nation's top officials. Oops, excuse me. Let me make this bigger for you guys so you can see it a little better. That's a little better. All right, here we go.
первых лиц государства.
Yeah, to work the chat of the nation's top officials.
Так мы узнали,
This is how we found out these chats even exist.
что такие чаты в принципе существуют. Здесь же глава
Here is the head of the CIA, John Ratcliffe,
ЦРУ Джон Рэдклифф. Вот он поздравляет
congratulating all participants with a great start.
всех причастных с отличием.
Look at this. I mean, just the fact that the Russian state media Just the fact that Russian state media now has on screen the fucking group chat from our nation's top fucking officials, from 18 of the most fucking powerful people in this fucking country. They're top secret, and I can guarantee you, I know this shit because some shit is so fresh it hasn't been classified yet, right? You can't, it just hasn't been through the necessary steps, the necessary processes to get into classification. So when they say, oh, it's not classified, technically they're kind of right because it hasn't been classified yet. But we all know that this information in the wrong hands of the wrong people is something you don't want to fucking have, right? This is shit that you don't want to get out to the public. This is top secret, classified fucking information. The times, the dates, the fucking weaponry, right? The steps that were taken, who they followed, the girlfriend, what the fucking house was, what the drones were doing, what the president of the United States felt through the vice president. So just all that information, right? Doesn't even matter the rest of it. Just that information in the hands can be extremely fucking valuable to, I don't know, say Russian fucking the Kremlin officials, right? How good is Russia at cyber warfare, cyber attacks, making sure that they can get into cell phones and fucking databases and servers, right? We know this. I know this. I'm a fucking plumber. I know that. What the fuck are we doing? So just the fact that it's on screen right now, I want you to understand how crazy that is. Like, I don't even know I don't even know. Like, how the fuck?
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
Отличным стартом ракеты попали.
And if this doesn't start, and it already has, believe me, if you take a look at the town halls, if you take a look at the protest happening all around the country, there's another one, what was it, April 5th, right? And again, these smaller fucking protests are going to at some point form into a fucking big one, right? At some point, the word is going to get out through all these smaller protests happening that a larger protest is going to take place, and that's exactly what the fuck is going to happen. Right? So if this doesn't create a fucking revolution,
Hence
right?
the name. Movement. It moves a certain distance, then it stops, you see? A revolution gets its name by always coming back around in your face. You tried to kill me, you son of a bitch. So welcome to the revolution.
Welcome to the fucking revolution is what we should be saying. Taking back the power to the people, making sure that people have fucking health care, right? How about a single payer, right? That'd be fucking great. How about we support labor unions like we used to in this country, right? That would be fucking great. How about we cut the spending at the Pentagon so we can help more people, right? How about we fix the fucking housing crisis in this country? How about we continue to support our allies in which we signed agreements to do that exact fucking thing? How about we just act with some fucking civility and some respect? Right? Why is that so fucking difficult? Why can't we not just have a large progressive movement to kick some fucking ass in this political game? Right? I swear I am on the fucking warpath. I vow to be the meanest, most disrespectful son of a bitch to anybody that fucking stands in my way. To any fucking politician that is trying to rip and strip people of their rights, that is leading to women dying on their fucking the steps of the fucking hospital or in the fucking backseat of their vehicle, to the fucking politicians that are now leading to the fucking mass exodus of our allies, to the fucking politicians that are siding with Russia. No more Mr. fucking nice guy. That's it. No fucking more. You want to fucking play around? I fucking want to play around too. You want to get dirty? Let's play in the fucking mud.
Здесь же совершенно...
Here is a total insane emoji. Now, even Russian state media knows how fucking ridiculous this is for these people to be responding with emojis to an illegal airstrike, which did not get approved by Congress. I fucking let you know.
Безумная эмодзи. Ударный кулак.
A striking fist, a flag with stars and stripes, and a flame. I mean, this is fucking embarrassing and dangerous at the same time.
Звездно-полосатый баннер и огонек.
Come in close. Right here, right here, right now, right here is the inner fucking communications of 18 of the fucking most powerful people in our government communicating the most sensitive fucking material, the most sensitive information through a Signal group chat, which is now the only thing on the screen on Russian state media. It is now a full fucking screen in Russia. Now, can anybody see how that might be a bad thing? And this isn't clearly the only fucking one they have, right? We got the whole shebang. The whole fucking shebang, because they were threatening him with Jeffrey Goldberg and they were calling him a liar, so he fucking called their bluff. Right? I said it while they were testifying. They're only fucking lying to us because they don't believe he would actually release these on the premise that he thinks it would be too dangerous to national security to do so. But he got approval. Because this strike had already happened, because it had already taken place, they found that there was no danger. But I still think it was absolutely dangerous, right? And I'm not faulting Jeffrey Goldberg for this because, again, they were probably going to try to put him in the fucking gulag, right? They were going to try to throw his ass in the fucking gulag. They were trying to scapegoat that son of a bitch. So he said, fuck you. Here they are. You added me, motherfucker. I didn't ask for this, right? And again, everybody lying to themselves, everybody believing that when Mike Waltz sat down with fucking Laura Ingraham and said, oh, I don't know this loser. I've never met this loser. Oh, that's funny because on my show, I played a clip of Jeffrey Goldberg talking about how he's met your ass fucking twice. How you've directly fucking communicated. So one of you sons of bitches is lying. And I'm going to go with the fucking, the reputable person that actually had the text messages that he said he had, that actually was involved in the group chat that he claimed to be involved in. I'm going to choose to believe that guy. So if you met him twice, you lied directly to the fucking people, you lied directly to fucking Congress, you lied directly to Laura Ingraham, and you fucking should be fired and fucking resign now, along with Pete Hegseth, along with Tulsi Gabbard, along with fucking Kash Patel, along with fucking the rest of them. But again, think about what position that leaves us in, right? Now we got a country with no fucking DNI. We got a country with no SecDef, no fucking FBI director, no CIA director. Of course, that's not going to happen, right? Because Donald Trump's claiming that he doesn't even know about this. Never even heard about it. So they're choosing to look fucking stupid and ignorant and wholly incompetent as opposed to take accountability. He'd rather look like a fucking moron that has no idea what's going on in his administration. He'd rather tell you, I don't fucking know. Nope. You're telling me this for the first time. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Well, that's funny because, I don't know, you say you're a king. The kings usually know what's going on in their own fucking court. Clearly, you're a shit king. You fucking Cheeto-dusted piece of shit. Vice President J.D. Vance described the operation of conducting the airstrikes as excellent. He wrote that he hates saving Europe. Meaning navigation in the Red Sea. Billionaire Elon Musk, this must be cut out a little bit because sometimes it doesn't make sense. Billionaire Elon Musk was the first to comment.
Первым скандал прокомментировал миллиардер Илон Маск,
on the scandal.
Заявил, что Атлантик один из старейших.
Right, listen. Right. So listen to this. This is where it gets good. So he said the Atlantic is one of the oldest magazines, right?
Журналов, основанный
founded in 1857. Now this is Elon Musk tweeting.
1857
and no one reads it anymore.
году уже вообще никто не читает.
Secretary of Defense said all of this is fake news, right? So these are the statements. Listen to these statements, and then we'll go on to hear what their statements are in the Russian state media, and we'll see how they're the same fucking thing.
Он заявил, что все это fake news. И
fake news.
Чата не существует.
And this chat does not exist. You know, the one that they just showed on screen, right? The one that they just showed on screen, they're now saying our Secretary of Defense's words that it doesn't exist. So making us look stupid again. making us look like we lie directly to everybody again.
Трамп заявил, что о
Trump said that he knows nothing about this scandal.
скандале ему ничего не известно.
So that makes us look good, right? That makes us look really tough and powerful and commanding on the world stage like Donald Trump would have you believe, right? Or is he cowered in a chair like a fucking melting piece of orange jello covered in a white fucking rug?
И предложил просто закрыть
And proposed simply shutting down the Atlantic.
The Atlantic.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is now a contributor on Russian state media. And again, let's line up what we just heard, what he just said, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Pete Hegseth. What is Russia saying about this? We still don't know whether this is true. Now, I'm not sure what day this came out, so they might not have as much information as we do now. Unless he's just completely denying it because she already had the text message shown, so maybe it has to be after. It looks like this might have been a real leak. One thing that gives me pause, though, is that this info is coming, listen up, from a notorious creator of fakes. Now let me see if I got this in my repertoire where I can do this, right? I just want you to see that, right? This is now a contributor of Russian state media saying that he does not know if anybody can believe it, right? It looks like it's real, but I don't know. It's giving me pause because Jeffrey Goldberg is a notorious creator of fake news. Where did we just hear that before? Huh? Where did we just hear that before? Let's continue. If I can get back. Was that it? Are we switching up? We just keep switching up. That's all right. That's all right. Back at it. Oh, come on.
Поступает от такого известного фейкомета, американского фейкометчика.
From a notorious creator of fakes, Jeffrey Goldberg, we'll go on.
Джеффри Голдберга из Atlantic.
Of the Atlantic.
Который там огромное количество.
He made an enormous number of the dumbest fakes.
Таких, самых глупых фейков придумывал про Трампа.
About Trump during his first term, right? Is this not similar rhetoric that we heard from Mike Waltz, John Radcliffe about, you can't find this loser, this crap piece of, all he writes is fake news. He hates Trump, right? He's a piece of garbage. All the while just making themselves look even worse, right? So every time you demean Jeffrey Goldberg and give him another, I don't know, fucking a bad characteristic, right? That just makes you look even fucking more ridiculous for adding him into the chat. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So if you want to play that route, we can play that fucking route, right? If you want to call him stupid, if you want to call him a loser, if you want to call him fake news, then it's your responsibility. Then you look like a moron. Then you're the dumbass for letting that guy into your fucking chat. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
На его первом сроке, поэтому может быть все-таки не до конца.
So maybe it's not completely true.
Правдиво. Но при этом я, честно
Nonetheless, I am not surprised that the American
говоря,
officials,
не удивлен тому, что американские чиновники в администрации пользуются
in this administration, using these private platforms. I wonder why he's not surprised. I wonder why a Russian is not surprised. Well, this makes me think like they know about Signal, or they know how to get into Signal, or they know somehow how to utilize it to their fucking advantage.
вот такими частными платформами. Потому что мы видим, что администрация...
Чат был в Сигнале.
Да, Signal, да.
This chat was on Signal. It's blocked here.
Да, то есть зашифрованная...
У нас заблокирован.
Look at them. Now that they're playing all of these on Russian state media. I know it's probably not sinking in how like ridiculous and crazy this is. I understand. But the fact that they're just playing the direct conversation between our top officials about a fucking illegal airstrike, the times, the dates, the planes, the weapons, the drones, the fucking, the systems they use to do it, their reactions to it is just wholly fucking out of pocket. I can't even, at some point this will be studied and this will be looked back upon and somebody, hey, Slacks, what's up, buddy? Slacks, what's up, dude? On the other account because it's a different device. Loved Fred. Yeah, right back at you, buddy. Right back at you. Slava Ukraina, Heroyam Slava. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think there's just a couple more minutes in this and then we got a few more clips we can play.
Да, заблокирован у нас, но это не государственные, не официальные
This isn't a government channel, not an official channel, so he recognizes this.
каналы. Вот, я думаю, что администрация Трампа и вот те,
I think that those working in the Trump
кто там
administration
работают, они все-таки не доверяют как раз официальным
don't trust official channels.
каналам, думают, что оттуда могут быть утечки.
They think that leaks could originate from there, which is the fucking hypocrisy, and how ironic is that?
Вот, не доверяют этому условному
They don't trust the proverbial deep state.
государству, и поэтому на таких частных площадках общаются.
This is why they communicate via private
Поэтому
channels.
здесь я вполне допускаю, что как бы такие переговоры могли
This is why I think the
иметь
discussions
место. Сейчас
might have happened.
много теорий возникает о том,
Many other theories, and I think he goes on. Let me see here. Was there another contributor? No, I think it's just him. I want to hear what Olga's got to say, though. Let's see, right here. Let's see what Olga's got to say. No, that's not Olga. Jeez, Olga's changed. All right, here we go.
советника по нацбезопасности, что самое простое, что
Yes,
может сделать Трамп,
let's see
потому
here.
что
He's
там
still yapping away. Yes, the removal of the National Security Advisor is the simplest thing Trump can do.
не нужно согласовать.
Even they know. Even they fucking know, right? Even the Russians know what Donald Trump could do. Pretty much just to kind of like, not to say quell all this, right? But to at least claw a little of it back in the fucking in the media, right? I mean, when something like this happens, heads have to roll. I'm sorry, somebody's got to go. Somebody has to fucking pay for it. That's typically how it works. And if not, that keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and the snowball grows, right? And then the next mistake they made just fucking acts on top of it, and any other information we find out just adds on top of it.
Сената,
Или заблокировать
All right, let's get out of this one. I'm sorry. I just wanted to play the beginning of what that gentleman had to say because, again, it directly lined up with the rhetoric from our top officials. And when Russia or Russian contributors or Russian state media or people that have connections with the Kremlin are saying the fucking same things you are, it's typically a fucking issue. You might be on the wrong side of things if that's what you find out. If you and fucking Kim Jong-un are saying the same things and talking about how we love the same things, you might want to take a step back and be like, why do I fucking love those things? I don't know. Maybe. Kinda. So let me get out of that one. We'll bring up our next clip. Christ, I want to leave a little time because the some more news is a kind of a long one. Let's see here. Vance on Greenland. We got the wife of the soldier we already watched, which is a good one. If anybody that's just joining us, if you haven't already watch that back in the beginning of the show. Me and Fred, we watched the wife of a soldier that is stationed in the Middle East just go off king on the serious dangers posed by this leak. But let's crack right into the some more news. I don't know if anybody is a fan or if anybody knows, but this is a wonderful video. Let's see here. Let me just make sure you guys see. Nope. Stop. Excuse me. And I'm gonna put this on the screen for you guys. Are there any some more news fans in the chat? Throw up some emojis. Let me see if I can get this in here for you, which I believe would be this one. There we go. Make this full screen for you guys. All right. So I know how people have been asking, people have been wondering, people have been frustrated about, man, how can I get involved? What can I do? I want to make sure like I'm not sitting on the sidelines. I want to make sure when we look back upon this moment in 10 and 15 years, I say, listen, I did everything I fucking could. I put my heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears into making sure this country stayed alive and to make sure that the fascists did not take over this country, to make sure that we are still supporting our allies and defending democracy. That's what I want to look back on in 10, 15, 20 years and say, like, I gave it fucking all. I left that all on the field, right? So this video, which we're probably not going to get through all of it, just gives you some good insights, good little things you can do to make sure that you're staying involved, to make sure that you're not, like I said, sitting on the sidelines, all right? Let's see if we can get into this.
Of defense they've laid down. All of the extremely expensive eggs in this one basket, which is good, right? You should put all your eggs in one basket. It's a good basket. That's the saying, because Lord knows we've been here before, haven't we? Did it work out last time? Do you think it'll work out this time?
As a federal judge, also for the first time, is now accusing the Trump administration of straight up ignoring a court order, a move that could set up a high-stakes showdown an existential constitutional showdown, perhaps, between the executive and judicial branches of the government.
Not good. So here's a basic question about all these legal cases against Trump. To what end? I'm not saying the courts shouldn't block the illegal stuff Trump is doing, but, and then what? When a judge says you need to do
sorry,
something.
I was on the, here we go. Right here.
Lots of fun. But, counterpoint, could we not? Also, I was being dramatic for the sake of the ad break. To be exact, we were merely talking about all the checks and balances of our government failing to stop a confused old man from declaring himself king, starting multiple trade wars, detaining protesters, and allowing an oligarch to pillage our country because everyone picked on him. No one in the Democratic Party seems to care much, probably because they're all rich and old. So it's time to talk about what we citizens can do. Drugs? Can we do drugs? Yes, but also, and other stuff too. Now, this is going to come in two parts, the boring chore part and the fun protesty part. Sadly, they are both important, and both can be fun if you're on drugs. I'm sorry. Do not do drugs. Really? They're saying don't do it. So the chore part is mutual aid. You know, the idea of communities coming together to mitigate the neglect of our government. Something we shouldn't have to do, but we gotta. Like, let's say if your city is on fire and the federal government threatens to withhold aid for some reason, and or certain established systems break down, again, for some reason, mutual aid would be pretty helpful to yourself or your neighbors. Or what if the government decides to completely destroy the Department of Education? Well, it would be good for all the teachers in the area, whether...
Right? I mean, you guys remember all this. I'm sure you do, right? I mean, you should, when fucking, didn't Donald Trump say he was going to let you guys burn or something?
Gavin Newsom is going to sign those papers. And if he doesn't sign those papers, we won't give him money to put out all his fires. And if we don't give him the money to put out his fires, he's got problems. He's a lousy governor.
So when Donald Trump says, if I don't give him money to put out the fires, he's got problems, what he's actually saying is, if I don't give him money to put out the fires, you have fucking problems. The citizens of California have fucking problems. The people that live in these areas prone to fires have problems. Gavin Newsom's going to be fucking okay. Right? So don't get it fucking twisted. It's not going to be on the fucking, it's going to be on you. You're going to pay when these fires are raging and the fucking federal assistance doesn't come because Donald Trump's mad at Gavin Newsom for something. How fucking crazy is that? Release the water.
But coming here is dead.
Whether they teach in public school, private school, charter school, or Shredder's Dojo, to talk to one another and the public. For example, in Nashville, they formed the privately funded Educators Cooperative to encourage professional development and collaboration for all of the teachers in the greater area. This collaboration especially helped students who were forced to switch schools due to being in unstable living situations, as their former teachers could communicate the students' needs to their new ones without them needing to catch up or be left behind. Good idea. You're going to need that. In terms of supporting immigrants, queer kids, and other groups of students that are being specifically targeted, there are foundations like the Center on Immigration and Child Welfare Initiative and the Trevor Project that could help fill in those gaps. For everyone involved, you can donate school supplies and money to your local school district supply drive and nonprofits that help underserved communities. But the point here isn't just to feel better about yourself or to tell yourself you're helping. It's actually about creating tendrils within a community, demonstrating through works that we're all in this together and helping each other is good. Propping up your neighborhood in case that neighborhood might someday need to protect itself or be self-reliant. Often these efforts are designed to be multi-purpose for that reason. Starting a community garden or renewable microgrid is a good way to mitigate climate change, but more importantly is a good backup plan for when our government fails to aid a disaster. Starting a food pantry in your area is yet another tactic that both...
Again, these are just, again, simple little things that can, again, get you out of your house, get you off your ass, get you involved, get you talking to people, get you discussing things. Maybe you change some minds of the people you meet, right? You know the facts, the Bryantologists, the lobsters, the fucking sparklers, the people that watch Midas Touch, the people that watch Fred, the people that watch fucking Jesse Dollamore and Kyle Kalinske and the Vanguard and fucking, the Majority Report with Emma Vigeland, Sam Cedar, Francesca Fiorentini. Fucking power to Francesca, by the way. She's now free from TYT, thank God. Congratulations, Francesca, on being completely free from TYT. I'm sure it feels fucking great. Congratulations on your response to your video. I'm sure it's got more views than Chenk's bullshit fucking video that made you look like a queen, right? I don't know why you played those clips. Could have made you look like a fucking badass to me. So I appreciate you, Francesca. Let's see. So there's just things you can do to get out there, things you can do to get involved. And again, if we don't get through this is a great video. Even if you've never seen it, even if you're a fan of the channel, even if you never watched it, just run through it, listen to some of the things. Let me know if you need me to slow it down. I'm trying to get through as much as possible in the shortest amount of time. So I just want to make sure I can, get it in.
Both helps people right now and gives you the infrastructure to build a community. Or maybe you're in the city. Well, we all know about worker unions.
Well, there we go.
But why not start a tenant union? That's a thing. And it's as simple as just asking people in your apartment building if they want in. You can even call for a meeting in the lobby of your building for everyone to discuss their concerns. Or while we're cooking, you could simply volunteer at your local library. Keep it alive because it's going to need help. Donate stuff, not just dumb books. You can donate a lot of stuff. Some libraries rent out tools, for example. Or maybe your city or town has a swap shop where people can drop off items for others to take home. All of these things, and this is key, allow you to get to know your neighbors. Maybe they're cool, maybe they're a ninja, or that Finn Wolfhard kid, or some other much better thing we couldn't think up. Damn drugs! Because a lot of us, as individuals, can't start a revolution. Some of us are old, some are tired, some are broke, some are all three. But we all have something to offer, even if it's just to physically be there in case something like this needs to happen.
This is the scene playing out in cities across the country. Neighbors taking on ICE agents. In Nashville, they formed this human chain, successfully blocking 2 immigration agents from taking away a father who's lived here for...
How fucking awesome is that? How fucking awesome is that? Right? Now, does that not lift your spirits? Does that not give you fucking hope that there are people in this fucking country that are going to step up? Say, if needed in situations like this, right? Anyone have a link to this person? I will throw it in the chat, moms. Are you talking about the video we're watching? Or am I cutting into a conversation in the chat? Either way, I'll throw it in the chat.
For the last 14 years.
Those aren't soldiers. They're just people. For the record, that's from 5 years ago. But it could and should also happen tomorrow. This is the real point of mutual aid, to protect the people the government is failing to help. So in terms of ICE and immigration, there are some other things you can do. If you live in a mixed status household or know someone who's undocumented, speak to an immigration lawyer about petitioning for the person who doesn't have legal status. If you're here through DACA, do the same thing and contact an immigration lawyer to see if you are eligible for a renewal or advanced parole. Don't dox yourself by posting on social media, as law enforcement may monitor it and zero in on your location. If you're bilingual, volunteer to interpret or translate on immigration cases. Obviously, some people might already know this stuff, but it's good to get it out there. The sharing of information is extremely important. As this administration has made clear, they want to get rid of information. Know your rights and inform others of theirs. They want people in the dark. The National Immigrant Justice Center has tips and techniques on what to do.
Right? And again, how many times have we seen Tom Homan just pissed off because people like AOC and people like, others get in their community, letting these people know what their rights are. Right? This is what you can do. This is what you don't have to do. And Tom Homan can't fucking stand. Tom Homan doesn't think that AOC should not be telling these people what rights they have and don't have in the Constitution. I mean, this is not what she's there for. This is illegal. We'll probably bring her to court at some point, but we're going to get these legals. We're going to get these legals. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for that word. Appreciate it, buddy.
Do and not do if you encounter an ICE agent. Apparently, informing people of their rights is a crime now, so I guess be careful with that. And as a general note,
let's see. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that back. There is a guy in Florida does daily reports on immigration, deportation, construction sites, gas stations. The police are rounding up brown people and deporting for driving with no license, for example. Right. So again, how important is communicating with people in your community to say, hey, listen, do you know anybody that may be under attack, that may be fucking, they got a problem, right? And if you see something happening, like you just saw the people making a fucking human chain around the fucking house so that they couldn't get to them. How awesome is that? But again, these are the things that these are the things that we're forced to do now in today's day and age, right? These are the things that we're forced to do, which is sad as fuck.
Avoid ICE. Don't invite them in. Don't talk to them. Just mean girl the shit out of them. Tell them to gargle your balls. There's no evidence that story is true, but it can be true because if you have the...
I'm going to go with the goggle the balls because I think that sounds better in a Boston accent. So I'll go goggle these balls. Hey, ICE. Hey, Tom, goggle these fucking balls, you prick.
Privilege to do so, you should absolutely stand up for the people around you. I'm not saying to get violent, but it's important to let ICE know that they are not welcome around you, and perhaps keep tabs on them like some people are doing, provided you make sure what your legal boundaries are. Be careful.
I mean, so far, I just want to give a shout out. Let me see here. Do they give his name in this? Do they give his name? Hey, long time, hi, Donald. If anybody knows his name, and I apologize for not knowing it, but I'm new to some of these channels and stuff. Throw it in the chat so I can give at least more than just his just the channel name, because he does a fucking fantastic job in this video. Fantastic fucking job.
As we've discussed in the past, they're not just detaining criminals or illegal immigrants, but also legal immigrants, citizens, people young and old. They have quotas for their mass deportations and prison camp agenda. Keep doors shut, refuse to cooperate, boo them, make them feel bad about the job choices they've made. If the Quakers can do this stuff, so can we. If you wish to donate your time and money, you can seek out an immigrant-led organization near you to offer your help, or donate to nonprofits that offer free to low-cost legal representation for immigrants through the Immigration Advocates Network. Even if you live in an area that seems very progressive, you have to be prepared for your local government to fail on this. Not because they necessarily want to, but because they are being forced to.
We're not allowed to enforce federal immigration laws, I've said, but we're also not going to get in the way of ICE. And I don't recommend that those officials, those like local or state officials, to obstruct ICE. That's not a wise course of action.
Immigration has been brought to the forefront this week with President Trump's return to the White House. On his first day, he signed roughly 24 executive orders, including one that vows to withhold federal funds from sanctuary cities.
Extremely chilling how many school districts felt the need to send out assurances that they won't let ICE try to detain students.
I mean, how fucking sick is that? How sick is that? That schools in this fucking country, that's what they had to think about. And that's what they're telling the people. Look, we have to send out a memo to the parish to assure them we will not let fucking ICE on the property. Because ICE officials are now going into fucking schools to get children, which gives, you got one of these.
Go fuck yourself.
Right? Which should start one of these.
Hence the name. Movement. It moves a certain distance, then it stops, you see. A revolution gets its name by always coming back around in your face. You tried to kill me, you son of a bitch. So welcome to the revolution.
Oh, I love that one. I don't know what this one is, but I'm going to play it.
Tell the director to call the White House. Do your fucking job.
All right, let's go.
But those assurances can only go so far. You might have to, dare I say, block the entrances to those schools at some point. Fun stuff. It'll be like playing Red Rover with fascists.
Red Rover, send you a fucking fascist right over. Let's go.
Reich Rover. This is where we come to the second part beyond mutual aid. The fun part, where once we're a community, we can actually mobilize. I mean, there's no actual order here.
Mobilize.
And communities can be formed via protests too. Also, I don't have to explain to you how to protest. You get the sticks, you put paper on it, draw a dick or whatever. I'd rather point out how important and easy it is. I mean, thanks to being funded by extremely wealthy people, the far right has managed to be very loud with very few people. They love this. They love pretending to be a grassroots movement when they super aren't that. Those anti-lockdown protests, it was just one group doing that. In 2021 and 2022, 60% of book challenges were initiated by only 11 people. And yet somehow these people managed to hijack the entire national conversation, often by moving around a lot and targeting very low-level locations. Moms for Liberty, for example, is a fake grassroots group that goes around harassing and or joining school boards before pushing for book bans. Hate groups like the Proud Boys go from city to city to demonstrate. I mean,
and this is the shit that we have to combat. We have to fucking combat this. I know we laugh at it every time you see it on social media where the fucking Proud Boys get out of their little fucking U-Haul with their little khakis on or whatever the fuck. And then they walk around with their little flags because they got no, I don't know. I guess their cell service went out. Their mom must have fucking turned off the Wi-Fi, I guess. They got nothing better to do. But this is the shit that we need to combat. We need to make sure that there's people right there fucking screaming at them. And I know there is, but we need to make sure there's more of us than there are of them, which we know there are.
Look at all the people who bust in on January 6th, right? These people have realized that the best way to attack something is at the knees. They have been going from drag show to abortion clinic to school board meeting, exhausting everyone who dares disagree with them. People who, I'd argue, have no real power to stop them. And this shows both how vital it is to oppose these people and how simple it is if you actually know what to do. And while we shouldn't be liars or bullies or funded by billionaires, unless they want to, Cuban, my DMs are open, my man, we can and should be aggressive and loud in the coming year.
Yes. What have I been saying? What have I been saying? Stay loud, stay proud, stay aggressive, though. Right? Like, you guys have the facts on your side. You know it. Fucking 10 years of Donald Trump in here. You got 10 fucking years of Donald Trump in here. Bring it out. Every bullshit movie he's ever done, every fucking time he's been mentioned and shown with Jeffrey Epstein, right? Every fucking time he's put our fucking country in danger, every fucking sleaze bag, little, fucking piece of shit he's nominated and put in power. All the little kids that have been fucking, reportedly affected by Donald Trump in one way or another. Right? What about Katie Johnson? What's going on? Let's fucking continue to call this show. You guys have the facts on your side. Impeachment number 1, impeachment number 2, fucking the felonies, right? Classified documents in the bathroom. The list goes on. Stay fucking loud. Stay fucking proud. Get aggressive, but keep your head on a fucking swivel.
And specific about where we protest. And the good news is we are already doing that.
Tesla's stock was hit hard with its steepest
Again, this is such a good example.
Drop in 5 years. CEO Elon Musk's controversial role in the White House causing fallout for the company.
And for some who drive Teslas as well. 100 dealerships, just like this one across the country.
Shout out Tesla, Boston, you shitbags.
To send a message to the White House and Elon Musk.
Vandals are protesting Elon Musk's growing power in Washington.
Weekend protests at the Chicago Gold Coast Tesla dealership were peaceful. In New York, there were arrests after a demonstration at a Tesla showroom. Last week in Oregon, the windows of a dealership were shattered by bullets. And in Massachusetts, a Tesla charging station went up in flames.
Woof. Turns out that when you do Nazi salutes, it doesn't really do wonders for the popularity of your company. Shucks. Well, you can't learn something unless you try first.
But that's the whole of this nation, right? Right? That's from fucking coast to coast, north to south, people all over the place getting together to be like, I will not fucking support that company anymore. I will not support him. I will not I don't want anything to do with it. And I'm going to call out anybody that still drives one, as a matter of fact. And God fucking help you if you have a Cybertruck, right? God fucking help you. People are now writing on the side of their cars. Listen, I bought this before Elon was a fucking a known Nazi, right? Please don't fucking do anything. And I've said it here that we're not for fucking vandalizing. We're not for fucking property destruction or anything like that, right? But there's no law against flipping somebody the bird, right? Give them the fucking double salute. Right? Or like I said, there's got to be a magnet place somewhere where you can order magnets that say whatever the fuck you want. You can put a little fucking Nazi slogan on it, slap it on the fucking back of that thing, right? They can take it off, no damage done, no fucking nothing done, but they get the point, right? They get the fucking point. But above and beyond that, look how much the stock went down just because of the fucking way we came together, right? Republicans, fucking Democrats, people that are uninvolved in fucking politics all over the place are now saying, fuck you, Tesla. Fuck you, Elon. And get fucking rid of the thing if you drive one. There's other fucking choices out there that are better.
I'm sure he'll bounce back, what with committing fraud to take advantage of Canada's rebate system. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly, maybe there's a perfectly innocent explanation for why a single Tesla dealership claimed to sell 4,000 cars over a single weekend. Now, I'm not saying you should physically assault or harass or vandalize any individual driving or owning a Tesla. I mean, you could point and laugh at them, give them the old thumbs down. And if they're driving a newer model, that does mean that they probably knew they were supporting a weird white supremacist billionaire when purchasing that Cybertruck. Like, I get it. Maybe you bought your car many years ago, but I'm sorry to say it's now a Nazi car. Sell the car. Sorry, I'm sorry. Take the bus. It's unfortunate.
You're now driving a fucking Nazi vehicle. It might as well be a fucking 6-wheeled Mercedes-Benz that somebody could stand up in the front of.
Also not saying, for the court record, that people should vandalize Tesla dealerships. I mean, you don't have to set them on fire. They do that on their own already. And no matter...
It's literally exactly what I said on my show. Literally exactly what I said.
your view here, it needs to be noted that acts of vandalism and violence will be used by fascists to increase their fascist crackdowns. Historically, we know this. They're already calling someone keying cars domestic terrorists. So be careful. But protests seem good. Equating the purchase of a Tesla with supporting a Nazi is good because it's correct. Is it the fault of the employees that the company they work at is suddenly a Nazi company? No. Getting a new job is hard. I get it. But, you know, Nazis.
The alternative.
Sorry, you're working for a weird Nazi guy. I don't know what else to tell you. Just this February, Elon Musk replied his 100 emoji to a meme using the F slur posted by a now banned Nazi account. Don't work for him. Don't drive his cars, period. He did the Nazi salute twice. Let's see it again.
Dude, it's the fucking slap on the chest before the salute that gets me every time.
He did the Nazi salute twice. Let's see it again.
That fucking, I mean, for Christ's sakes, he almost gave himself a fucking heart palpitation. He almost put his hand through his fucking chest. He meant this so much, right? This was so fucking emotional to him. It meant so much to him. He damn near fucking took his shoulder off.
Made a little grunt too. You know how you scowl and grunt when saying your heart goes out to people? Sorry.
And again, anybody like Joe Rogan says, I don't think he even mentioned the words, my heart goes out to you, until fucking after he did this bullshit. Everybody loves to say he was saying it as he did it, which would not make sense at all anyway. But that's not how it fucking happened, clearly, as we just saw.
Nazi car. Like, had Musk apologized or stepped down from Tesla and Doge, or had Trump disavowed Elon after that, or had there been any consequences, then maybe people wouldn't have to physically show up at dealerships and voice their anger. But as I said, no one's helping us. And it turns out that people really, really don't like Elon Musk and his Doge team. Along with these Tesla protests, Republican lawmakers are being overrun with angry constituents at town hall meetings specifically pissed about Musk's little gang of efficiency freaks. Elon will simply not shut the f up and is just spiraling and doubling down, often contradicting Trump himself. He is a very stupid man, and you can even see Trump and his administration starting to show concern. Trump is now having to handhold him through the backlash, selling his cars in front of the White House and saying that it's illegal to, not like Elon Musk. It's now domestic terrorism.
Illegal? I mean, clearly that wasn't the words out of his mouth, right? But what he was trying to say is anybody, and again, these fucking hypocrites, oh, how could you do this to an American company? How you do this to America? Oh, it's an American company with American workers. Oh, I seem to fucking remember something that happened with Anheuser-Busch. What was that one we're talking about now? And then what was it with weren't you burning fucking Nikes? And what was the rest of the shit you guys fucking protested that were American companies that you wanted to put out of business that you celebrated the stock drop of, right? You hypocritical sons of bitches. Right? So when Elon sits down with this little fucking fake Doge committee, I don't even know who those fucking people are, right? But all of a sudden they're old guys as opposed to the fucking young kids we were told about when it first happened, right? I don't know who these fucking guys are. They just look like guys. And he's crying about, oh, it's an American company, and Tim Walsh is out there saying that my stock is dropping. Like, what a monster. He's evil. Oh, geez, what a call, man. Oh, wow. Like, shut the fuck up. How many fucking tweets can we pull up of you saying, oh, fucking go woke, go broke. Go woke, go broke. Right? Shut the fuck up.
to vandalize Elon's little stupid cars. Real snowflake behavior. Also, that sure means that these protests are working, doesn't it? People don't like the shit he's doing, and by extension, a whole lot of what the GOP is doing too. It is very obvious that Democrats have an opening with Musk and should be doing nothing but tethering him to the Republican Party,
which is why, again, it's fucking so little, but it's so really poignant and effective to continue to call Elon Musk the fucking sitting president, to continue to say that he has more power than Donald Trump, which he fucking does right now. Continue to make sure that people know, guess what? I don't give a fuck right now at this point who you voted for. But guess what? Who you voted for ain't running the fucking country, no matter who you voted for. Because Elon Musk is fucking running it. Elon Musk and his band of fucking merry virgins of tearing their way through this fucking government and its fucking, treasury and everything else, fucking Fort fucking Knox. Slashing fucking veterans out of the fucking federal workforce, slashing Trump supporters that are supposedly have done really well at their job for no reason. Now all of a sudden is seeing the light like, oh, how could Donald Trump do this? Oh, I voted for Trump, but how could he do this? Like, I understand you're an American and I feel for you, but at some point you're going to be like, how the fuck did you think Donald Trump was going to have your back? How did you think? What made you think? How were you not paying attention enough to know that Donald Trump would not fucking have your back in any instance? What gave you the fucking right? What gave you the thought that, if I vote for this guy, it's going to be fucking beneficial for me? Because I'd love to fucking know, right? And as much as I'd love to say I told you so, I fucking do feel for you. I do fucking feel for you. Because there are people that have been captivated and captured by the fucking propaganda of Fox News, the propaganda of OAN, the propaganda of fucking Newsmax and the rest of these assholes, and the Daily fucking Wire, which is burning right now, which I'm fucking, I wish I could have, I want to pour some gas on that fucking fire. That's going down in flames. And I wish I could fucking take a piss on it before it does. Ben Shapiro. Fuck you. Anyway.
Desperately wants to avoid the angry crowds and are now starting to avoid town halls. For the record, dismissing the angry town hall.
Honestly, I black out when I rant, so I don't even know what I asked, Quesadilla, to be honest.
This is exactly what the Democrats did in 2009, right before they lost the midterms. Even if the majority of angry constituents are Democrats, this is still good.
Thank you, Fred.
Halls are actually drawing more members into these Democratic groups. It's working for them. Unlike what the party leaders think, it's actually good to be the story because that narrative gets picked up by non-Democrats as well. Keep doing this is my point. Keep protesting Tesla and showing up whenever a Republican dares to pretend to be a regular citizen.
What is the name of this YouTube guy? It is Cody Johnston, as far as I've been told. This channel is Some More News. Let me see here. I'll go to, this is here, right there. It's called Resistance 2.0, How to Survive the Next 4 Years by Some More News. As people have put in the chat, the gentleman's name is Cody Johnston. If I'm getting that right. I hope I am. If not, I do apologize because I think this is one of the better videos that I've maybe ever seen on YouTube as far as politics goes, as far as making sure you know what the fuck you could possibly do to get off your fucking couch and to get involved and to make sure that you're doing something to affect change in this country. Right? This is it. I mean, I don't know. This is the main question that people, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? This is what you can fucking do. Right here. All of this. If any of this fits into your life, you don't have to do all of it. Pick one of these things. One of the things in this video. So God, like you said, even the fucking simple things, starting a fucking community garden, starting whatever. Let's do something, right?
This might be controversial to say, but as long as there isn't violence, I think it's good to tell people like JD Vance he isn't welcome in public. He's traded that in for power and money at the expense.
You know what to say when you see JD Vance, right?
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, fucking, you can even give him two of them. Is he with his wife? Sorry, Usha.
Go fuck yourself.
All righty.
Expense of the taxpayers. He doesn't get to ski anymore. Sorry. Don't give them an inch. Do not allow the normalization of fascism. Like if Steak and Shake wants to advertise their throwback fries with a Nazi font, as in like literally the Nazi font, and go full MAGA and host RFK while he talks about how vaccines have ghosts in them, well, then guess what people need to do in front of Steak and Shakes now? Guess what employees should be doing right now? The company is literally courting white supremacists and fascists.
That's why it's so important, and it's so obvious right now to everybody, and it should be, that we have the fucking power. None of these companies, none of these fucking corporations function without us. Without us. Without the people actually using their fucking hands and their feet and running around and driving around, making sure these fucking companies actually fucking are profitable. We hold the power. If we don't go to these places, if we protest outside, we make sure nobody else should go to these places, then guess what? They're going to fucking change their tune, or they're going to go out of business. And if you do, sorry about that, but there's other fucking opportunities of companies that don't support fucking Nazis and fascists and authoritarians and rapists, right? Sorry. Just like we're doing for Tesla, that's what we do for every fucking thing else. And I know it's not, sometimes it's just not, you can't do it in your life, right? Some people, you know, what you're protesting, you just, you know, you just can't do it sometimes. But wherever you fit into this, whichever one of these things, these fucking solutions or things to do fit into your life, do it.
Just to promote their new beef tallow fries. Other companies do that too, you know, without invoking Hitler. For every headline, for every sensible person, the narrative needs to be Steak and Shake is now a Nazi brand.
Somebody said I read the Twitch chat. The Twitch chat comes on this single chat. It slows down the computer too much if I have the Twitch open at the same time. So I see all your chats in here, all your comments in here. Don't worry about it. I can't see who asked it, but I see all your. I say liberals are all the minority, suck all your taxes, but the truth is vets, elderly, disabled, so the so-called Christians that read, don't glean the edge, leave row for the windows, the poor, and the wildlife. I'm in for that one. As the song goes, fucking, what is it? Feed the rich, feed the rich, sorry. Tax the rich, feed the poor, right? Not that hard. I apologize for getting that backwards. Let's see if we can finish this out, though.
Brand. Forever. Because that's what it now is. It's not petty to point that out or to protest a restaurant chain for supporting fascism. Because the right is currently going all in on Steak and Shake as we speak. That is the battleground they chose, so that's where we need to go. Anyway, brilliant segue to our ads. They aren't Nazis, as far as we know. Wow. Bad enforcement, Cody. Bad job. Ads. Toodles, my noodles. The hello kind of toodles. If toodles didn't mean goodbye. You know, it can be really helpful to have our president dabbling in fascism and a government that has begun detaining legal residents for their speech. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you what an appropriate reaction is.
Just one point on that. I'm not a huge fan of this whole eat the rich type, you know what I mean? To me, it doesn't make much sense, right? We don't want to fucking eat them, right? I don't think we're talking about destruction. We're talking about, you know, making sure that they pay their fucking fair share in taxes, right? Right? We want to make sure that they're fucking, you know, they're doing their fucking part as far as putting in the contributions to what they make in their salary and their companies to keep the roads and the bridges and the fucking, you know, people healthy in this country. Tax the fucking rich, right? Eat the rich is just kind of, I mean, people use it. I'm not saying whatever. I'm just saying, to me personally, doesn't seem to make much sense to me, but that's all right. As long as you're fighting, as long as you're being aggressive, as long as you're being loud, I appreciate you.
How many more New Yorkers will you detain? How many more New Yorkers without charge? Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
That is New York State Assembly member Zoran Mamdani absolutely laying into Trump's border czar, seemingly having to be held back by the police lest he eat the man's entire head. That is what I would consider a measured response to what they are doing. Good for him for properly representing the rage of the people he represents, because most of us don't have access to these ghouls currently fleecing the American people. And it's extremely frustrating when the people who do have access don't do anything.
See, that's not what we're trying to do either. You know what I mean? Triplia, I mean, and no disrespect, and I'm not calling you out, but that's not what we want to do. We don't want to make them poor. We don't want to make anybody poor. The whole point is to have nobody be fucking poor. The whole point is to have everybody have the fucking healthcare they deserve, and to have everybody have the fucking education that they deserve in this country, right? To have a fucking job that pays them a fair wage where they can fucking pay for what they need without struggling and working fucking 9 other jobs, right? We're not trying to make anybody fucking poor. We don't want anybody to be poor. That's the whole fucking point.
So good for him. I don't know. Maybe you see that as being still performative. The guy is running for New York City mayor after all. But also, like, vote for him. Maybe he'd be a better mayor than the disgraced former governor. And even if it is performative, it's effective. Forbes posted this video with the headline, "Viral Moment," because yes, as I keep saying, you want to be the story. And there are other Democrats who see Elon Musk and all the Nazi stuff as a clear opening. Bernie Sanders, for example, is visiting key swing districts on a fighting oligarchy tour aimed directly at Musk. AOC is hosting webinars explaining the rights of immigrants even after being told that it was illegal, which it isn't, until it is, I guess. Over in Connecticut, Senator Chris Murphy has been very vocal about his party moving away from progressive ideas and how much that sucks and eats. I do have some notes regarding some of Chris's other opinions, but here he doesn't seem alone in this sentiment. Thanks to these freaks being, politicians, we are seeing Democrats try to stand out by specifically opposing Trump. Maine Governor Janet Mills is refusing to follow Trump's executive order banning trans girls from sports. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is
Was that the one that called him out in the
N-word.
meeting and said,
No.
"I'll see you in court"? I believe that was the one that said, "Hey, I'll fucking see you in court there, Chief," which is exactly how these representatives should be talking and treating Donald Trump. Like the piece of shit he is, like the scumbag that he is. Right? And I'll get into the thank yous and let you guys get on with your day. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys got the message. I hope you guys got the point. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking around after my interview with Fred Wellman. If you didn't catch my interview with Fred Wellman, please go back and watch this after it's posted. Leave a comment on it. Please like it and share it. Subscribe to the channel. If you like what you're listening to, if you like what you're hearing, that would be fantastic. Shout out to the Midas Mighty. Shout out to the Sparklers. Shout out to the Bryantologists and all the lobsters out there. You guys are fucking fantastic. I appreciate each and every one of you, and each and every one of you is so important to this fight. And there's a lot that we could be doing. There's a lot that you guys are doing, and I want to commend and thank everybody that is stepping up, that has been fighting, that is going out there and getting to these town halls and getting to these protests at whatever company it may be that's not acting right. That is sticking up for people in their community, for the brown and marginalized people in their community, and, try to help them and give them their rights, know what they can and cannot do. Thank you guys very much. Literally from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because without you guys, and I don't give a fuck what side you're on. I don't give a fuck what side you're on. If you're a Democrat or Republican, if you're doing things to help other people in the community, right? If you're doing things to support your friends and your family that happen to be, people of color, then thank you. I don't care what side you're on. Thank you. Maybe you're doing it and not telling anybody, right? I wonder how many people out there, right? How many Republicans and conservatives out there are actually fucking helping people, but they don't tell their husbands or they don't tell anybody because they're scared that they're fucking going to get called out and ridiculed for doing it. I guarantee you there's situations out there like that, just like there was in Germany, right? Just like there fucking was in Germany, right? The German citizens that we know about that help fucking sneak out all the kids or sneak out all the Jews. Couldn't speak up about it, but they were doing something. Right? All right, let's get to the thank yous. And I'll get you guys out of here. If I can do it in less than 4 minutes, the AI might be able to put some clips up on my show, so let's just see if I can hurry up. All right, Slacks. Thank you, Slacks. I appreciate you. Love to Brian, Mel, Dungaree Dog, Logan. Love to Fred. Love his show. Love to the Bryantologists. Fred, thank you for your service. Appreciate you all the time, Slacks, all the time. And I love that everybody is now got the Slacks going when you enter the chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, James. Look up the Technate, right? We brought that up with Fred. I appreciate the $5, my man. Cool Breeze, been here for 9 months. Thanks, Boston Brian. You keep us sane. I mean, that warms my heart to know that anybody comes here to, kind of, I don't know, decompress or, learn even. I mean, again, I'm learning with you guys. I'm not here, again, I tell you all the time, I'm not no political expert. I'm learning with you guys. We're going through this as normal, everyday people trying to call out the bullshit as we see it, right? We can communicate with normal people better than, I think, a fair share of a lot of people doing this, right? A lot of the Democratic channels on here that we see, and I'm not calling out anybody in particular, but, they like to get the pinky up a little bit, right? They're a little bit not aggressive. They're a little bit more centrist. I'm not. I'm ready to fucking go. I'm wound up like a fucking top and ready to spin, baby. Let's fucking roll. All right, so thanks, Breeze. Thank you, JD, for the profanity bonus as needed. Let's see here. Ricky, thank you for the 20 years of starter fund for the cuss jar. Let's fucking go. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, Ricky. Love Truth Tellers. Let's fucking go, Brian and Fred. Thank you, Tiffany. 11 months. Let's fucking go. Nordez, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. You're the best every time. Missed you all. Fairy. What's up, Tanya? Thank you for your services. I hope you're well. We missed you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everything is well, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you, Jeff, for the $2 super chats. Let's see here. Hegseth has a helicopter wife at work. Oh, thank you so much, dude. Let's see here. Colleen, holy sugar pie. Thank you so much. Thanks, Boston Brian, for having Fred to marry the work, time, and energy you both spend to share facts. Thank you so much, Colleen. That is fucking unbelievable. You are just such a kind and supportive member of this democratic, progressive community. And we thank you very much for the work that you do, not only in this channel, but in other channels as well. Let's see here. Born in the USA, been here for a month. Make lying wrong again. I'm fucking with you. Let's go. Appreciate you. Jen, oh my goodness gracious, Jen, you don't have to. Tell us how you really feel. Listen, I don't even know what rant it was, but I appreciate it that you support it. Thank you so much. Tell Eric I said hello, and I appreciate you guys very much. I really do. Colleen's back. Any respectable human being would be honored to be invited on your show. Keep up the fight, but remember to take care of yourself, kiddo. God damn it. Are you guys trying to get to me? You're trying to make me cry? Thank you so much, Colleen. I mean, honestly, couldn't be any nicer. Couldn't be any nicer. I hope that's how everybody feels. I really do. If people are starting to feel that way, and people actually like coming on the show and enjoy it and feel like they have a purpose and it serves a purpose and, it's just not a waste of time, then that means we're growing. That means we're growing. So I appreciate you, Colleen. Thank you so much. Thank you again for the $2. He thinks he's talking to his ignorant MAGA. Thank you so much again. I'm sorry. I don't remember what part of the chat it was. But thank you, Michael Andrews, for the 20. Glad we have you, Brian. Well, I'm glad I have you guys back. I really am. Dean Baker says, Dean Baker put in $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dean. Thank you, Loretta, for being here for a couple months, talking about Mike Pence and how he got some respect. Susie Jones been here for 3 months. So glad you're here, Brian. Couldn't do it without you. God, man, that is just so touching. It really is, Susie. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. God, I can only hope that's true. Jenny Faye, thank you so much. Anniversary chat, going to celebrate right now. You guys are the best. Thank you for being here for 6 months. Literally, I mean, I don't know how many times I can say I appreciate you guys. I'm already over 2 hours, so the AI is not going to work anyway, so I might as well slow down. Jim, thank you so much. It shows their chat styles easier to make, easier to fake in the future. Yes, everybody does have to watch out for the AI fakes. I think a lot of the sounds, I think the audio is probably, I mean, maybe I'm saying that which is already known, but I think that's the audio that's going to start tricking people first right now. It seems to be the easiest to trick people with. Right now, AI can't even get fucking hands of letters right. I mean, sure it can, but the ones I use don't. But thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, my man. We're getting into warmer weather, so you don't have to worry about your furnace, which is good. Let's go. Yeah, Slacks is back. Only other account because it's different. Love, Fred. Thank you, Slacks, for the $5. Appreciate that. I will pass it on to Fred. Graham, been here for a year. Let's fucking go, Graham. Let's fucking go. 1 year. I can't. Thank you so much. I wish I could literally have a beer with you guys. I really could. JD, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Please thank JD or anybody else for that matter that's gifted memberships, taking time, the money out of their own pockets to make sure that somebody can be here and view and get the emojis and support this channel for another month. You guys are fucking fantastic. You really are. Let's see here. Josh, thank you so much. Hey, Brian, I'm a teacher. We got that email too, which is like I can't even imagine your thought process when you read that fucking email for the first time, right? I mean, you must have been worried about it beforehand. Obviously, it was talked about at the school, but the fact that you guys are even discussing shit like that, I'm so sorry you have to do anything like that. But thank you, Josh. I really appreciate the 5. Thank you, Laurie. Great show. I'm so late today, but wanted to say hi, Brian. Laurie, don't ever apologize for being late. Nobody apologize for being late. Your time is absolutely the most important thing, and obviously everybody has their other stuff to do. It's a Sunday. So I appreciate you being here. Not only that, but the video posts afterwards. So if you get time tonight, whenever you can, even listen to it at work. You don't have to watch. Some people don't like looking at my face anyway. So maybe that's a better way to do it. But thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Grumpy Moose Gaming, Moms for Tyranny, those brainwashed book ban and trad wives. Yeah, right. Those are the ones that actually came out with the fucking Nazi, with Hitler's quote on that flyer, if I remember correctly, right? What was it? The one about the children? I forget at this point, but I think it was something about the children. Add that up with Donald Trump quoting Mein Kampf several times. Add that up with the story from Donald Trump's ex-wife that he had a book next to his bedside table of Hitler's speeches. You don't have to go too far to figure out that these people are Nazis. Mr. Elon Musk Elon still has a bruise on his chest from that fucking salute. All right, let's go. Thank you, Grumpy Moose Game, and I appreciate you. Let's see here. Fred Bear, damn, you're a superstar. Yeah, right. Keep bringing the heat. Thank you, Fred. I appreciate it. One day that might be true. Maybe. Grumpy Moose Game, and go figure, man, whose daddy was an apartheid-loving Nazi who made his fortune from blood emeralds as a Nazi. Absolute shocker. Won't let me use the word right now. Grumpy Moose. I try that all the time. Half the chats I want to send to YouTube's like, yeah, right. Good try, bud. You can't say that. You can't say that. But thank you, Grumpy, for another 5. I appreciate you. Let's see here. I love your rants. Thank you, Buttercup Baby. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Sunflower Dragon. I love your rants, Brian. I have been so freaking angry since the election. Also, chat. Next weekend, you're invited. Hands off protest. Go to Indivisible for details. I sure will. Is it Indivisible? Is it just indivisible.com? Let me know in the chat if you can. Let's see here. Sunflower Dragon also says, I feel like Musk would taste like shit. Jesus Christ. That's not something I wanted to sign off thinking about. Good fucking grief. Oh, you got to do that? That's fucking gross. Ew. Leave a fucking poor taste in my mouth now. All right, let's see here. No, Des, thank you for another fucking 5. Why did I have to swear in that one? Honestly, Bri, why? You couldn't just say thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Somehow you had to slip a fucking another one. Anyway, I'm done with that one. Nordes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yakov, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peter, what's up, buddy? What's up, brother? Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your incredibly generous super sticker, my man. As usual, thank you for everything. Thank you for your fight. Thank you for your contributions to these channels. It really helps us go. It really helps us grow. So let's go. My weekly tithing. I don't know how to say that. Was it tithing? I think it's tithing. Tithing. Stop writing it because I hate saying it. Oh, fuck me. What an asshole I am. All right. Love to you, Ed Boston, Brian, and Melon fam. Thank you so much, moms. I hope you're well, dear. I really appreciate you. Let's see here. Love some feisty Brian. Go, dude, go. Rockin' Sundays as always. Thank you, Jenny Faye, for the 5. Melissa Bersinski says, she sends in a $20 super sticker. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate you very much. And Tim Fletcher becomes a new member to round it out. You guys are fantastic. Tim, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining the channel. Welcome to the Bryantologist, to the House of Bryantology, and the Lobsters, of course, from Boston. If you're confused by the Lobsters in the chat, that's why. But again, the Bryantology is just a play on the cult of Donald Trump. And we'd like to call ourselves the Bryantologists. So hopefully I don't just lose 1 billion subscribers saying that. Thank you, Tim. Oh, we got one more. JD threw in another profanity bonus. Thank you, JD. Jesus, what an arsehole I am, right? Just a complete asshole. Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you guys, as always. Now, here comes the best part of the show. Will I leave or will I not leave? It is the question. Is the chat going to bet on it? There's probably a fucking bet on it. How many times did I have to come back right now in my ending? But we're going to try it. I appreciate you. As always, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your aggression. Thank you for your fight. Get out there, get up, get off the couch, right? Get involved. Do your part again so we can look back on this time and say, listen, we fucking put it all in the field regardless of what happens. I put it all fucking out there, and I made sure that the people in color, the people of color in my community, the women in my community, right, the fucking allies that we have are all protected, and we keep it the same fucking way, and we make this shit even better, right? That's what I want, to make it even better. Single fucking payer. Make sure that we fucking are taking care of the unions. It's not that difficult. But I want to look back on this time and say, listen, I myself, the people in the chat, Hal Sparks, I know, the people at Midas Touch, Ben, Jordy, Brett, fucking Asen, the whole crew, Fred, everybody, right? Jesse Dollamore, Brittany Page. All of these people get involved and do something. And I want to look back and say, listen, we fucking did what we could. We did everything we possibly could. And I appreciate you guys. Like I said, get up, get out there. Keep your head on a swivel, though. I'll see you Wednesday night. Again, I'm Boston Brian. This is Blunt Politics. Lord help me with this one. Please work. Jay.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Infinite movement. It moves a certain distance, then it stops. You see, revolution gets its name by always coming back around in your face. You tried to kill me, you bitch. Welcome to the revolution.
Thank you, Yakov. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful look. Put yourselves around the applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
Fucking Nazis.
Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow, that was a big mistake. He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys. But it was too late.
Man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
I'm just an average guy who read public documents where the elite said they were going to enslave us and destroy America. And I'm not going to be like yuppie scum and deny the threat to my country. I'm going to fight back.
One button, dude. One goddamn button. Oh no. We had it. We had it. It was so good. Just about to say it was the best one. Just about to say it was the best one. One button, brother. Just one button. That's all it is. All right. So I'll see you Wednesday night. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate you. Make sure you're getting the rest you need. Make sure you're keeping healthy. But get out there. Stay aggressive. Keep your head on the swivel. This is Blunt Politics. Again, signing off for the 14th and a half time.
China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
I'm just
White people are a mortal danger to you and your loved ones. Is there anything worse than white people?
Oh, thank you so much, Ricky. Thank you, Ricky. So very nice of you. I appreciate it. Let me see those emojis. Toss those emojis in there. Let's go.
the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do.
Taking it back to Nevada where he's wanted for banging horses. I didn't say mud, I said crud. You fall into some crud or something? He says rectum damn near killed him. I'm just dandy. I got a bowl of chocolate pudding in my underpants.
Hey, you got a little chubby going there.
I can just tell you that a con artist is about to take over the Republican Party and the conservative movement, and we have to put a stop to it.